me a minute. My brother got there well ahead of me. He got there at 16. It took me to 18 to get my shit together with that. So don't. Dave's doing a good job. When I was 2 and on, I always I was an altar boy. I used to go surf. I get all of that. Yeah.
Anyone else have confirmation when they were kids?
Full confirmation. I have my own name. I have a second name that I never.
I'm sorry.
What saint was it?
Confirmation.
Yeah. So it's a second name I don't speak of. That I'm confirmed in. That's confirmed by all that garbage. Yeah.
Well, listen, that's fine. Don't have to ever.
I'm just saying.
But I was very shocked.
Yes, I know. My parents drove us through all of that until every single one of us vacated extremely quickly.
Wow.
Yeah, we had something like that in my church, except we passed around unleavened bread and wine, and we called it communion.
Yeah, we did that too. We had to go up to get this stupid little wafer that tasted like just
shit.
I don't know what that was. What was it? What was it? Wasn't it dissolved in your mouth?
Styrofoam?
And it was wine. It was actually the cheapest wine you ever had in your life.
We had grape juice.
That's crazy. Yeah, we had grape juice.
You had actual wine? Lucky.
You're not missing anything.
Do yourself a favor and don't ever go.
It didn't take long for the old man to really push that through, so.
They don't even let you play on your fucking Nintendo.
They don't let you do anything.
They would say everything we're doing right here, right now, is a sin.
I mean, it is, but I mean.
If they'd say, peace
we
be
just
with
started
you,
worshiping the
and
gods
also
that
with
believe
you,
in it.
and
Flirting
then
with
there
your
would be
best friend
silence,
at the
and then
table.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
and I launch up my Game Boy Advance.
We had a family come at us hard in New York because we were playing D&D and their kids wanted to play with us, and we didn't realize that they were deep evangelicals. And they didn't belong in that area. We didn't know that. And by belong, there were no evangelicals around us.
Yeah.
We didn't expect it. And they went hard at my parents. Like, I dare you teach our kids Satan worship and everything.
God,
Like,
that's so
to the point where the kids used to, straight up my parents, I want to see you, with assault on cars and stuff like that, with spray paint stuff on my. Yeah. Once they realized my dad was a cop, that stopped immediately. It only happened twice. But my dad stood out there in his uniform one day, and the people drove by and never fucked with us again. The point being, though, the kids snuck out to play with us. So they used to sneak out at night and come and play D&D with us at night and stuff like that because they really enjoyed it. I miss those kids.
Yeah.
Their name was Ben and Benjamin.
Ben and Ben.
Yeah, that's real.
Ben and Benjamin.
Wait, they're related?
Yo,
They were
Ben.
brothers. Ben and Benjamin.
That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
That's what their parents named them. No fucking joke.
If you want your child to resent you,
correct.
That's what you.
So the first kid was Benjamin. The second kid was Ben. So he didn't even get the full name. The first one got the full name. The second one got half of the first one's name.
Solid.
Oh yeah.
We'll give you a nickname.
We're gonna fuck with you from day one.
Solid.
Yeah, you're getting bullied.
That's like saying, Andrew, come and get your dinner, sweetie. Andy, come eat!
Get your ass out of here!
Andy, take out the damn trash!
I love that. That is the best comparison I've ever heard.
I got the corners off of your candy.
For any of you who had siblings, did you ever your parents call you by your sibling's name?
Yes.
Yeah.
When they were pissed at you?
Yeah.
Happened
oh
today.
My God.
My mom
would get pissed and be like, Ramsey, I mean Riley, fuck.
How dare you? Oh, my mom called me my sister's name, my dad's name, and my dog's name.
Yeah,
I get called my dad's name to this day. She'll look at me and go, Kip. I'm like,
yeah.
I felt for my mom. I really did. Like, my entire family must have pissed off my mom because, she went through the whole family before she got to me. She was like,
You know you done fucked up when she's six names in and yours hasn't been mentioned yet.
Like she even went through the dog's name. She was just like, Ashley, Dylan, Brownie, just like Brownie.
The worst part is when they're yelling at you like that and you laugh because they call you by the wrong name. Your ass is fucking done.
I was you apologizing to them. But Johnny, I'm sorry.
Grass.
Figure your stuff out.
What the fuck?
And I immediately got mom on track. Like, oh, I'm so sorry you're having trouble with names.
I would sit there and go, and she go, get your ass to your room right now.
I learned to fuck with my dad differently because if you laughed at him, he'd lash out at you. But if you did it another way, he would just get really, really angry, turn red, start spluttering, his name would go, and then he'd lose interest because he had to go do something else because he realized he was about to break. So I had to push him to that breaking point every single time.
I can never get my dad pissed at me.
My mother evolved. My mother evolved with her children. Like, the more children she had, she just evolved her ways. Like, she used to yell, and the more kids she had, she just started looking at us. She didn't even have to say anything. She just started looking, and we were like,
oh no, once you get
oh, my dad and I get that look all the time.
It's that snake, what's that, Snake River Conspiracy? Oh god, what is the movie though with Samuel L. Jackson?
Snakes on a plane.
No, it's an old movie, and it's about the band Snake River Conspiracy. It's a really crazy, stupid little band, but effectively they ended up holding this girl hostage and like all this shit and stuff. But anyway, he's got this look. It's a meme. You just see, like staring there with that one wide eye and that other, and you can feel it coming off. Yeah, that's
I know
it.
what meme you're talking about.
Dude, me and my dad
It wasn't snakes in the plane.
pull fucking strings left and right, and my mom gets so pissed
He
at
was
us.
real young.
My dad and I
It's
will
this one.
tease
Yeah,
that
snake.
joke and take
Black
it
snake
so
moan.
far,
Thank
and
you.
my mom will have to look at us and be like,
It's the one
Fucking
where
quit
the
talking.
gift, where he does
That
this.
look. It's Black Snake.
Oh,
Moan.
that one.
Sorry about that. Yeah, that's the look. Like that's what I imagine that look looked like.
Yeah, the crackhead look.
Black Snake Moan.
Black Snake Moan. It's an older movie. It's a good movie.
Look.
It's really good, but it's
Right.
definitely an older movie.
I didn't say anything.
Riley.
All right.
Ready to go.
Don't look at me.
You bet I would.
Recap. Scribe. Go.
Okay. So led by Funnel, the blind person, the main group went to an inn across town as far as they could, dressing out of their fancy clothes while they did it, I guess. Funnel was led by a citrusy smell. They made it to a small inn. Looks like it houses 25 people max. Thank you, Eric. Looks like there's a young woman behind the counter. Her name was Arabelle. Azra covered the tab. The alcohol doesn't seem drugged in the
I
bar.
don't think
The inn didn't have a bar or a name. The beer was made by the innkeep, and the wine was out of production and was old. The innkeeper was like an OCD
This
clean
is chunk
freak.
of coffee before this, so if I don't shit myself, it'll be a miracle.
Jesus Christ.
Then after you guys settled down, you did your Rochambeau for who's the leader. Did anything else happen in the interim before it come back to me?
Which part?
Like after you guys were like wrapping up for the night in the bar.
No, nothing really happened.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Did you mention the brewery?
Yes.
Yeah.
We haven't get that done yet.
This is the first night at the inn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Then cut to Lucas. Lucas flew from his apartment to school, the guild, where he gets schooling. He started studying alongside his familiar, but he had to take a break to peel berries.
To what?
Peel berries?
I had to peel berries.
Hand peel berries.
I had to hand peel them. She's very particular.
Yeah.
with how she
He's spoiling
takes
his
it.
familiar to all hell.
No, but apparently I'm not doing enough, according to Jerica. I'm not letting her fly.
She came.
Because she came out of that thing of berries covered in blue and red berry juice, and I was like, get over. And I started
She looked
feeding
like
her,
Harley
and
Quinn.
Jerica was like, you're not letting her express herself.
Yeah.
At one point you gave her like bird makeup.
I did.
What the fuck?
Which I don't know
Yeah,
what that is,
yeah.
but apparently.
Listen, we got nail polish.
This bird is wearing makeup
Yeah.
now, and
I
actually.
had to put a blue streak in my bird's feathers.
I
Yeah.
told her to express herself.
Are we
Yeah.
putting Flair on now?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course we are.
I was gonna say, look who the
over
DM is.
Carry on.
DM with bright red hair.
We found out that Lucas, in relation to Jessamine, because Jessamine left to go to the Mages Guild to finish out research on what we're going to be doing for the contract or the ballad as well. Hadn't seen a level of complexity similar to Jessamine's wild magic. Typically, what's up?
Nothing. Keep going.
Typically,
Gotcha. You did.
that type of wild magic is stabilized in the Fae or a different plane, and something causes that instability. Jessamine's is like a Russian roulette for wild magic. The history of people with similar cases, not exactly the same, are 3 others who have similar symptoms, but nothing was locked down for it, and the eldest one lived to 53, and the youngest died from 23.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I'm gonna kill it. I'll get it out of here. So it doesn't
Then
bother you guys, because I know somebody doesn't like beetles.
we were
No.
continuing research. There, did you find anything out on Noctica? You weren't able to find anything on Noctica.
I wasn't able to find
It's
anything other than
restricted.
she is a demon who left and ascended to godhood. Yeah, I think that's it. And I learned how to extract pigments. I can make a tincture out of the lotus flowers.
Yes. Then we did the cut back to the main group. Main group went to Salty Dog, I
Ended
believe.
up under your stove. I apologize. I couldn't get it.
Sweaty Dog. Salty
It's
Dog is
okay.
a real place.
Sweaty Dog.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's this legally distinct recording. Sweaty Dog, not Salty Dog. Brewery. Not the Salty Spittoon. You went there. A short, angry man said, "Hey, I need some help." Then, I think Funnel started talking, and he said, "Okay, I'll get help." And then Funnel brought Norhig, and then the guy was like, "I don't need help anymore. Get out of here."
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know what his deal was, but
He was also yelling at his little worker there.
He
Yeah.
was OCD as well, apparently.
That worker was not little though.
that was a big
That
guy.
was a big dude.
And Funnel brought the biggest dude that he knows,
Seriously?
and then he was like, "I don't need it. Get out of my store." And then
Yeah,
dropped off.
He was OCD as well.
He was OCD as well. Then dropped off the photograph that we were sent to deliver. Then made our way back to the Maidens Guild. That's, I believe, where we left off last session.
Funnel also put on a mask.
Right, I didn't write that down. Funnel put on the mask.
Well, Sin tried to.
Oh yeah, sorry. Sarin put on the mask, and it didn't do anything. Then Funnel put on the mask, and then it showed him a vision of the past.
I'm not sure.
Or
The past.
What
maybe,
were you doing in the past?
or not.
It
the
wasn't him.
It wasn't
a-
me.
past. It was like Fox.
Oh, yeah, I
It was-
remember that conversation.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was Fox and Shalara.
It was Fox and Shalara.
There's memories of torturing
Chosen one.
people.
Yeah, would have done that on your previous. Yeah, that makes sense actually.
Not so much
No.
Fox.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah, it was Artemis.
Artemis. One of your personalities was.
Yeah.
The whole point is you guys have gone on some pretty devastatingly evil missions prior to that, so you have definitely tortured people. What?
Evil is relative.
No, it was pretty not relevant at that
Matter of
moment.
perspective.
You were definitely in control. Demons were definitely controlling you at that point. That's straight evil. Carry on.
That happened way before. That was what happened after
Before
you
the-
guys tried to settle down for the night.
Yeah, our campaign hadn't even started by this conversation.
Then we did the switch to me, then the Jasmine stuff. So put that in there wherever you want to for the recap. And then I believe we're meeting up in the lobby. Was it?
Yeah, we were kind of leaving as they were walking in.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have a piece of this.
Alright.
Duncan.
Oh.
You're not letting him express himself, Riley.
What?
You're not letting him express himself.
I'm not expressing myself. That is supposed to be my individuality.
I'm sorry. You should have told me.
It's not a mess. It's me.
I said you had a piece of pies.
Alright.
Anyways.
Anyway.
So, what did we agree on our first step?
According to the chat,
That's what I'm looking at.
we are going to, or you guys mainly, are going to the
To turn in the
To Jacob.
Jacob, yeah, but I was gonna talk to Funnel before we split.
Okay.
I believe we might as well head back to my office
You wanna take them back in your office?
with the door open, of course.
You wanna
Sure.
take them back? No, I think we were just gonna like.
There
Have
to
a
have
short
to have that chat if you want to.
Well, I was just gonna step outside.
Oh, okay.
It's
While
not
they're
serious.
while they're on their way, you step outside before heading into the office.
No, like we were in the lobby, so
Yeah.
when I see them enter, and we're like, oh hey, we gotta go run an errand.
And now you're gonna step outside,
I mean,
Aaron. Then you're gonna step outside and have a conversation with them.
Yeah.
Alra is actually going. She took the guest ladder to go turn into Jacob.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Ozra's okay.
Yeah. So I was gonna pull him out before we left. Are we starting? I just want to call action.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, we're
I
ready
don't
to
call
go.
action. I'm not the one running the campaign.
Go ahead.
After the recap, we usually just start. So.
Okay. So we're all together again. Hey, Funnel. Before we run off to do this, Aaron, can I talk to you real quick?
Sure.
Aaron.
Okay. let's just step outside. Alright. I'll walk outside. I'll try to find a place that there's, like, not away from the main door, obviously, so a lot of people aren't walking past.
Okay.
Semi-private. Obviously, we're outside in the open, so it's not
Yeah.
totally. But, Skyrim music.
I know.
That's like 90%.
The fact that you instantly knew.
Like 90% of what
It's-
she does, what she puts on.
Skyrim ambiance.
It's a good ambiance to have. They
For
really.
right now, yes.
They nailed the music.
Frostfall is just kind of the best to have in the background.
Yeah, they nailed the music pretty well.
Okay. So I just want. Don't fucking look at me. I just wanted to let you know.
Fucking look at me.
Don't look at me when I'm talking to you.
I'm trying to stay on topic. I just want to let you know of what errand we were going to run, because I feel like obviously I haven't been wholly truthful in the past.
You're literally gonna see him have a face of no, really.
But I do want to work on that, obviously. So that's why I wanted to tell you what this is. So I spoke with Tamara, who is head of Wild Magic here.
We met her.
Yes, and she said that she could help me by like teaching me and me learning how to control the wild magic, or at least be able to understand it and make me more stable when I cast. So hopefully I'm not a ticking time bomb.
And she plans on helping you how?
Well, I had to do two things for her, and I don't know if she's helping. One of them was to keep an eye on Lucas, and him keep an eye on me, because he's also someone with wild magic, and she thinks that we'll be able to learn from each other and what we know of how our magic works, and learn.
Okay. And the second?
The other one, well, she said I had to make a vow.
Right.
And I really couldn't decide, or I really didn't think any one person would let me make a vow of my life or theirs, coming from our party. And the only person who I'd really do it for would be for you. So.
Well, that's adorable.
You're in the background watching the conversation.
No, we're away from everybody else. So I asked if I could possibly make a vow to a goddess or goddess.
Do I dare ask which one?
I mean, you can if you want to. But anyway, I gotta go do that now.
Yeah.
You can if you want.
Now, moving right along.
Oh shit, but now's really not the time.
Ooh, you want to know now?
Nauticula. Yeah, so here's the cool
No.
Here's the cool
Please
thing.
spell that, because I'm pretty sure I heard that right. I just want to be sure.
You did hear it right.
Spell it for me.
N-O-T-I-C-U-L-A.
N-O-C-T.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's what I thought you said.
N-O-C-T.
N-O-C-T. N-O-C-T.
I know what the fuck it is.
So here's the thing. She's had a bad rap in the past. Shut the fuck up, Eric! Shut up, Eric! She's had a bad rap in the past, and she is now a goddess, and she works on redemption. And embracing being an outcast and not having a place to belong. So I have to go do something for her, and then I think we'll be all in the clear.
Did you learn this from the Pocket Guide of Naticula?
Yeah.
She gave her
Short
a pamphlet.
version.
She gave her.
Season recap.
That was good. Oh
Everything
God.
you need to know about my faith is right in here.
That was so good.
I'm crying.
Okay.
I have a tear in your eye.
So, not gonna lecture you.
Yeah.
Now, I do appreciate you being honest with me, and hopefully that will continue. I do understand that I'm your older brother, but you're a grown woman, and we haven't seen each other in 20 odd some odd years, and have followed two very different paths. So, the most I can say is that I wish you well, and if you need my support, you'll have it. But other than that, just be open with us. I don't care who you follow or where you have to get your stability from. Obviously, to an extent, you know, whole evil gods.
Do we need to stop, Eric?
No, I feel like you should probably. This is going to be a DM question, but can you make a religion check? Because there's two faces to this coin, and I feel like he should at least have a chance to know which one he's dealing with.
You're not going to actively want to participate in religion in general, correct?
I'm not religious.
No, she's.
I'm referring to him.
Oh, to
Yeah.
him?
I don't know why. Yeah,
The
no,
one she
I'm not there.
Because they're having a conversation, which means he just heard, and there needs to be some differentiation between the two.
That's fine.
I'm in the lobby. I'm like. No.
So I'm just curious if you can actually, if
You
DM,
have
if you can make a religion
inspiration,
check.
Does he have an
She's
inspiration?
What?
Does he have an inspiration?
One!
You got a one? Yes!
Wait. Does he have? Do you
Natural
still have an inspiration? For
Don't fucking waste it on this bullshit.
No, this is something he needs to
He
waste
doesn't.
it on.
No, he doesn't have inspiration.
Yeah, he does. He
I
got
don't.
one of the ones.
I didn't.
No, he didn't.
I didn't.
Go on.
Stop trying to
You don't know
weasel out
shit,
of
do
it.
you?
He
The
don't
dice-
care either way, so.
Oh, I doubt it.
Okay.
Articulate.
So I-
sister?
So I gotta go do this thing for her, but then we'll just meet right back up after.
Okay.
Okay.
Try not to die.
Do my best.
I was like, if she comes.
Yeah,
And
good old
and
Lucas.
Just
If
to
it's
make
good.
sure, are you going in there alone?
Well, Lucas was gonna assist me.
I was sent to protect, according to the word.
Okay.
Whatever her name is.
Yeah, it's all a little wonky right now, but we'll
Hey,
figure it out.
Just do me a favor.
Yeah.
Make sure you let Lucas know that if you die in there, he better die in there too.
Well, wait a minute.
Okay.
Because would it have technically have been a lie from you?
What? What?
You explained who she was.
Yeah.
That's what she knows.
Technically, it wouldn't be a lie because that's all she's been told.
Yeah.
And she hasn't been able to find any research.
Because it's
On
forbidden.
Other than
anything
what
that made
Nauticula
this
told
her
me for
time as a
herself, that is
demon.
all I know.
Yeah, so she. It
Okay,
wouldn't be
okay,
a
okay,
mission.
that's fine.
Yeah.
It can't be a lie then.
No. I can roll a deception check.
So
if you
yeah,
want me
just
to.
you know, just make sure you pass that along.
Yeah, I mean, he's not. Here's the thing, though. Like, if I die, I die.
He better die
Well,
with you.
he's obviously gonna do what he can, but hopefully he doesn't come to that. But please don't kill him. Don't have Saran kill him either.
Okay,
I love
it's
how
not
that's your
me.
problem.
Yeah, I was about to say it's not me or Saran or
Ooh.
Garion. I'm pretty sure Ozra will skin that gentleman.
That's fair.
And we're just gonna watch.
Yeah. Okay.
With snacks.
Maybe don't tell her he was a.
If you don't come back, you don't think Ozra's gonna question why you and Lucas ran off together and you're magically gone.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
She did to protect you for however many years in her magical pocket dimension.
Yeah.
He will fucking die.
That's fair.
So, as your brother, Make sure you let him know what's at stake here.
Okay, I will.
Allegedly. Allegedly, your brother.
Your alleged brother.
It's like that scene for Punisher. Wait.
Yeah, I'm aware.
But
I'm aware. Riley is a player is aware.
Lucas doesn't know.
Okay.
Sign up for it.
Cool.
anything else you wanna?
No, I think that was it right now. I mean, y'all know.
How's the arm doing? You doing
Yeah,
good?
it's about the same. I mean, I haven't casted anything since he cleared me up last, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wish you luck.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
I wish Lucas luck too.
Yeah.
Give it a rest.
No, because
He'll need it more than
if anyone's aware that you will die, not even by us, it'll be by her. It's the.
That's fair. I'll tell him.
I will tell you this, out of game, if it's the other one,
I
you
know.
and me gonna have some
It's not.
serious problems.
It's not.
If it's the bad version?
Yes.
Oh.
It's actually Bunnicula.
It's a 50-50 shot. I like those odds.
That's the problem.
I did learn
If I find out it's the bad version, I'm gonna skin her.
From the blue lotion,
then you have to
take
do
it like
it
under your
all
tongue.
That's fine.
So I should be
I
able
already
to do
proved
it.
it.
I spent the 4 hours.
Listen,
with this
it was
in the
bad rolls
restricted
and you
section.
fucking know it.
Hey!
So I should be able to replicate it.
Here's the
Awesome.
thing.
Conversation's happening, guys.
Yeah, and I'm fucking with the
Quiet
I'm
down.
assuming that'll happen after the whole thing.
I don't really have time to do it right now, and I kind of need to get this thing done sooner rather than later.
Did you write it down in case you don't?
Oh
remember?
yeah, I did. It's in my notebook.
Okay,
My whole notebook.
I mean, or the page, because there's a chance you don't come back.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll rip out the page. It's actually like 3 pages of like crammed in the margin writing.
You just kind of gotta fold it.
Yeah.
I'll make sure I'll have someone else help me read it.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Half of it you probably won't be able to read because sometimes. Ooh, I forgot you're blind.
So I mean, you were like so worried about handing me the notebook.
Well,
What am I gonna do? Ooh.
half of it's in Terran because sometimes I switch in my brain when I'm writing. So.
Terran?
What?
What's Terran?
What's Terran?
Yeah, Terran.
I don't think that's
It's a language.
Yeah, how do you spell it?
Terran.
Well, that's English.
That's English.
No,
That's common.
No.
Terran is
That's
for
Earth.
Terran is for Starfinder.
Yeah, that's
Terran's
Starfinder.
for Starfinder.
So Terrans are humans on Earth. In a separate, in any other space sim and space semiology, Terrans are where Earth is. Typically, it's Terra Prime, and so Terrans are humans. So you accidentally took it from Starfinder, and Pathfinder and Starfinder are virtually the same game. One in mythology, one in space.
Yeah.
Okay, then half of it's accidentally in Primordial. So.
There we go. Perfect.
Right, well, you know, it's
I
a
wrote it
really
in
good
common
thing.
and common.
I'm not able to read any
Is
of
it
that.
T-A-R-Y-N? 'Cause that's
Unless
at
you're
least the
writing
language.
primordial and Braille.
I mean, it probably could learn to do
No,
it.
Terran doesn't
but
exist in.
that's something I'll work on.
It's literally
You don't need to.
Okay. You don't want to learn
As long as the rest of you stay alive, I think I'll be okay.
Okay.
You're asking a lot.
That's what my reaction was. to
Random
that.
NPC walking by.
You guys gonna lie to this one?
Like,
Who the
goddamn.
fuck
All
are
right,
you?
I'm gonna grab Lucas and we're gonna go and do this thing.
Okay, would you like me to hold off telling everyone what you've done before, or?
Yeah, I would wait. I'll try to meet y'all back at the nowhere where we were last night.
Okay.
Roll up.
Okay. I'll go back in and I'll grab Lucas. I'll be like, okay, I'm ready to go.
Oh yeah, no, sure.
Then I'll walk
You got
back
everything
in. Looks
good
at
enough?
Lucas.
I hope it's fair to let you know that I am not gonna shake your hand.
It might be the last time, so.
Icy treat shatter.
Shake the blind man's hand.
No. I don't.
Lemon meringue.
Trust me, it'll benefit you.
I'm.
Hybrids.
It will benefit you.
Not indicas.
How?
Take whichever you want. That shatter.
You might be with us a little longer than expected, so I'd like to try
So be
to
aware it's very
extend
potent.
that olive branch from burning down, well, not really burning down, but destroying your office. That's what I'm doing now. If you're choosing to swap that olive branch, then we can do that. This
Okay.
is that olive branch.
You seem like a really strong guy.
Shake the man's
I thought he
hand.
was gonna break my hand.
No, he's
Why
not
would I
gonna
do
break
that?
your hand. Shake his
Why
hand.
would I do, what benefit would I
He
have?
wanted to break your
I can
hand,
heal
he's
you
done it
after he
already.
breaks you.
So he's
Shake
gonna break my
man's
hand.
hand.
He just said he's gonna heal me after you break my
Don't
hand.
I said yeah, I
listen
could.
to him.
Look, he's hired help. Don't listen to him.
Do you require healing?
Let's go.
Do you want a lesson?
Alright.
Have you turned into Baymax 6? Have you turned into
Alright,
Baymax
I need
6?
everybody else that's staying inside of
broken goods from a handshake anyway.
the main room. So
Okay.
pretty much everybody except for these two. I need everybody to roll a perception check.
A perception check.
It's a fireball roll initiative!
Oh, I caught the right one.
Final Fantasy 7 music starts playing.
I actually
I
have this filled
looked
out now.
at my foot.
Oh wait, here's your.
Weirdo.
I thought you had something on my foot.
No, I was just trying to fill out the rest of this. I didn't get a chance to do it last time. I gave up
Cover my
halfway through.
free.
I got a 19.
Yeah, there's no meeting with the blind man.
Yes.
Go into the beach in full like clerical
I mean,
vestments.
considering I rolled a
Walking
6.
the beach in bathing
Still pretty
suits
good.
I walked through the sand with the like swim pad, like.
21.
Same here.
Okay.
37.
Christ.
Fuck you.
Blind motherfucker.
You
Just
do
let me
notice
put on my glasses.
there is one less person in the room. You notice a set of footsteps walking out ever so softly. It's almost very, 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 very faint.
I'm
But
gonna follow it.
you're gonna follow it?
I will say.
Can we notice him leaving?
Yeah, do we know who's
Door.
leaving?
He's not really.
He's not
just
trying
kinda-
to stealth it, so you'll see him head towards the door.
Unless you roll a nat 1.
You have a stop sign for this.
Oh, I do have a stop sign for this.
Stop!
Stop.
Oh, well, I guess it's technically go, but as we're leaving, can I roll for perception to see if anyone follows us? Because I'd be seeing the
Yes,
final.
I would say
Well,
the
I
same.
apologize. He's not trying to not follow you, so I'm following him. So
Well,
I'm being obvious
no, they're
about
not
it.
following me. They're following her.
Great, I'm following you. But I'm not trying to conceal it.
Yes, go ahead and roll, please.
Thank you.
He's not trying to hide from you.
Good.
Rolls stealth, vanishes in thin air.
It's
I
a
walk on the wind.
perception.
You can't do that for a little bit. You'd have to actually get out of my range of light sense before you could do
36.
that.
36?
Yes.
So
Okay.
you know she's there.
Pocket sand.
You would hear one person very lightly following after you.
I will probably know right off my head it would be Azra.
Yeah, you can hear it. It does sound like she's changed out her shoes because this is more of a walking city than what you guys are used to. So the actual like clicks don't sound as
Harsh.
like pleasure heel-esque.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're not as sharp.
Yes.
But they're still there. It just sounds a little bit more of like a thicker heel.
Okay.
More like a pirate boot than the
Then
traditional.
as we be walking, I would like lean in towards Lucas, like to your ear, and be like, "Is your home warded against people who you don't want in, or from other people sneaking in?"
I'd imagine, like at a game, I'd imagine everyone at the Mages Guild has basic security wards on.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I got pretty basic stuff. You know.
Basic.
Yeah, to keep, burglars out. Windows locked.
Fuck. Alright, well.
What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh fuck.
Well, you should know, as I was talking to Funnel,
Uh huh.
he kind of said, like, if I die in there, good luck, Lucas.
It's got a kick, huh?
Gosh, they're so violent.
Yeah,
Don't.
well.
No need. You're not gonna die in there.
Oh, I hope not. I would like to not die.
Yeah. No worries. I'll be in there.
Okay. But you probably will have someone break into your home once we get there.
What?
God.
What do you? What? What do you mean?
Literally what I said. You probably have someone break in your home when we get there.
Did you take a master class in nonchalantness?
Maybe
No.
she's a prophet.
No, I'm talking about like you as an actual person.
That-
You have just a nonchalant delivery. It's ridiculous.
Sorry.
It's fucking funny.
This has been a very interesting 48 hours.
Yeah, it'll only get better, let me tell you.
What do you mean by who's better?
find out.
Do we? All right, I'll lock up.
Would you like to roll a perception check as well?
I don't have good perception, but I'll
You
roll
just-
it.
Hey, 20s are 20s, man.
Yeah, I was like a 20 is a 20.
Come on, baby, hot dice!
I'll give you the chance. I'll give anybody the chance. The 20s are 20s.
But it's an
It
8,
was so close!
unfortunately.
It was so close!
You just needed one more rotation, buddy.
What is your perception?
Like 4.
Okay, yeah.
Let me check.
12. He's got a 12 total flat.
Let's check my actual skill chart. Though I could have Gemini make one. Gemini has a lot better perception than I do. That'd be allowed, right?
Sure,
Yeah, you could use Gemini.
That's the point of your familiar. I mean, literally, it's the point of your familiar.
Hey.
That's why you have it.
I have to make amazing scallops.
They make great scouts, particularly birds, as long as the bird's supposed to be there. Looking at you, man. I'm looking at you.
My bird did not die.
Don't start with me.
God damn. Don't even fucking start with me.
My bird didn't die.
I'm fucking with you, man. Couldn't help with that one.
I'm looking for my bird stat chart. I also cannot find it.
What kind of a bird is it? You can literally look up a block stat chart online and just modify from there.
You could.
You don't have to have specifics for your bird, particularly in this scenario.
Bird stat chart. Finder.
What kind of fucking bird is it, dude?
Bird seed preference.
I hate you. What kind of a bird do you have?
It is a thrush.
So it's a small bird.
It is a small bird. You're correct.
Show me the top.
There we go. DS20 of thing. It is a thrush. Don't show me again. Don't show me again. The closest we're gonna get to a thrush is probably gonna be a puffin. No.
Now there's a thrush.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know what subclass it's under. Real quick, hold on.
Bird.
You idiot! I love you sometimes.
Bird. Cassowary.
There we go.
You can have a cassowary familiar.
Yes, you can.
Would you let me done that, Brent?
But you do what? Sorry?
Nothing.
AC is 13, touch 13, flat foot 11, dex +2, +1 size. It's a hit point 4, fortitude 2. What are you looking for?
Perception.
Your base perception is going to be based off your intelligence, which unfortunately is not great. It has a base perception of 14.
Yeah, that's way better than me.
Yeah, it is.
It got one more on the roll.
Fucking hell!
So that's going to be a 23.
No.
All right.
So, I mean, you turn, you look behind you, you kind of like do a general perception trying to figure out why she's saying some random person's gonna break in after being like, she better live or good luck.
Yeah, I look over at Jasmine and I'm like, okay, yeah, for sure, don't worry. Wards, it's warded, so whatever strange character you believe is going to break into my home, that it'll be fine.
Yeah. So I assume we're going into his home.
Yeah, we're gonna head back to my apartment.
Okay.
Over in the living areas.
Alright. So all the repairs are finished from everything that's happened. So your room looks...
No, not my study.
Oh.
We're going, because the study is
Like
inside the guild.
Okay,
We're going
okay.
to my apartment.
Oh, okay. Your actual apartment. Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me finish up my notes here. And also let me see if I can get something pulled up for my
get my stat blocks because I found Lucas's pretty easily, but I can't find.
My friend had her
You could
baby.
also go up another 200 degrees if you
Oh,
want.
congratulations.
Wow.
Really? Yeah, 550 to 500 to 553 is where you want to be.
She's not gonna get any
But you're
sleep
low
now,
dapping,
right?
so that's totally fine.
Well, it's her 4th child, so I don't think she got any sleep anyway.
She's smart. Literally.
4 kids?
God damn.
That's what I
That's
said.
just
She's
like a
smart.
lot.
Literally.
Why does the baby look dead in this photo? That's a little scary. The baby's literally fucking blue.
Yeah, well,
Megamind!
You can't tell me that child isn't fucking blue.
When was she born?
No, that's definitely not a blue child.
That is not a blue.
When was she born?
Like
In that
yesterday?
picture. From that picture.
Yesterday?
You should see an optometrist.
How many hours between when she was born and when that picture were taken? That's what I'm driving at.
Probably like a good
okay?
12 to 14.
Okay, that's about right.
What?
That's a blue fucking baby.
Child is-
Most skin are translucent and stuff, so it's not that you have blue under the skin, it's just the way that you're perceiving it. That baby's not blue, that baby's very, very white.
Yes.
That's funny because her parents are Filipino.
That baby is very white.
Whose child is it? Whose white baby is that?
Okay, sorry.
Alright.
That's like a Dave Chappelle skit.
Do we make it to the apartment?
you do.
No, it's
You
Cat.
guys
Is
make
it Cat
to the
Williams?
apartment, you're fine. You're good.
Can't believe it.
Okay.
I think it's Cat Williams.
Yeah.
I'll close the door behind us and lock it, even though I know it's not gonna fucking stop her.
Okay.
I'll.
May slow her down a little bit.
Okay.
Who?
Oh, that's not me saying it in character. That's me saying it as Riley.
Who's following us?
You know who's following you.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And you know who's following her. And I'm just tramping along aggressively behind him.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a
so-
minute.
I'm following
Is the
behind Sonic
entire
too,
crew
so.
following?
It looks like all of us
Yeah.
inadvertently are following each other.
Can we stop for a
We're
second?
Congo lining this bitch.
So
I mean-
to clear it up for me.
I said, meet you back at the end, and they said, nah.
So, just for clarifications, I had absolutely no intentions of letting her get that far.
Okay.
So it wasn't just
So you were
me
planning
following.
on stopping her at some point?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Is it you or you and the entire fucking
Well, the
crew?
other whoever's following me is following me. I have no idea. I can't see them, and I'm currently listening to the rogue trying to sneak away.
I'm using light sense to pretty much stay right out of 60 feet behind him.
Okay. So you're saying 60 feet back?
Yeah.
Would most of you follow Gary in 60 feet back?
I probably
I have a
would.
2-bedroom, 1 bath.
Okay.
Honestly, just because I'm not
can't
sure
handle
what
all these
he's
people.
going towards. And
You have an ass, so I have to say.
This is literally my
We're just all
house.
trooping along together.
My house is so
So
dirty.
how are
much.
you going to approach it?
Well, speed up
Okay.
and catch her,
Okay.
and kind of either grab a portion of her clothing or just ask her what she's doing.
You heard the concern as much as me. You're honestly gonna let her walk in there alone?
Yeah. Did you complete your task?
Working on it.
No, you're not.
he stopped moving.
You need to just let it go. Okay? She'll be fine.
You're really calm about this.
Well, I don't really have much choice because if she is anything like Mom, she's gonna be just as fucking stubborn. Whether I try to stop her or not isn't gonna change anything. And I've already warned her, if something happens to her, you'll most likely skin Lucas alive. So Lucas better do a really good fucking job. Now, as far as where you're going, I need you to complete the task that I gave you. Since we're all a big happy crew.
Are you wanting to continue to tell that lie?
Which line?
The big happy crew?
Sure, as long as I can.
That's what I think Serena and I would be approaching.
Yeah.
Because once he stopped, we started moving up on you.
Kinda need the quest from Jacob to be completed. Since he doesn't really like my ass, doesn't care much for Seren because we didn't sit in a chair.
Nope.
He doesn't seem to like Garion either.
I thought you do.
I need you to go back and complete the quest. Jessamine will return and be fine. If she's not, then have free fun time with Lucas when he gets back.
Don't give her fun time with me.
great character creation, by the way.
Thank you.
Thought it was like, you can just die if we get what we need.
We can kill his ass.
I'll go and finish it. But if something happens to her, I'm gonna have a lot bigger problems than just Lucas.
Such as?
The fact that you were gonna let her walk in there alone, knowing exactly what that college is capable of, and the bounds that they pushed her to the first time. She only lived because you were able to stabilize her. What happens when that isn't there?
She's also a grown adult.
Yeah, and she'll end up like your mother. Gone.
Yeah, and guess what? If she does, then she does. You know what? I count every single day that we're still alive. These people fucking tormented many of people. You know, because you participated, did you not? You thought you were helping and you weren't. You lied to. She got tormented and ripped apart. I killed 150 some people because I'm just a monster just as much as anybody else. Silence.
And that was him casting the spell. That was him casting the spell silence.
One of the chains wraps around your mouth.
Trust me. I don't want her to die any more than any of you do. But at the same time, she is a liability. She's trying to find her own way. And if this can fix her, then great. If she dies, unfortunately, there's nothing else I can do. She's not going to let me stop her. And what are you going to do? Drag her kicking and screaming? Because she'll love you for that.
She doesn't have to love me for it.
Can't keep this bird locked in a cage forever. She's going to break out. So, I'm not going to stop you from doing what you're going to do, but I'm not going to condone it either. We have our own tasks to deal with. And at that point, he's just going to turn and walk back.
Oh, we're going back? Okay.
You'll kind of sense her kind of just like standing there. What is your passive?
20.
Christ.
Natural.
Okay. I think for the first time you would probably really see her like, well, and almost feel, for your instance, the inner conflict of she has done absolutely everything she can to protect her, and at least from what you can maybe understand, Azura is under the perception that that guild, because they already beat the shit out of her once, they are going to do it again, and where they showed mercy before, they probably won't. Either that, or she's had some experience with a similar guild, and it has not gone well. She does have that brief moment of pause, and she doesn't look or shift back in her direction, but she does almost take that moment. And it's almost like everything does stop for a second. Everything from her getting ready to open the door, to Oz standing there, to you walking away.
I'm sorry.
And she just kind of goes to walk back to the windows. And just stops. And they open the door, and they walk into the apartment.
Bye. I guess we go
And
back.
it's done.
Settle?
Huh?
Alright. This was a good walk.
It was a good walk. I got my steps in.
Alright,
That's
so the
refreshing.
apartment.
Did Moorhead get left behind?
He didn't move.
He didn't move at all. So yes, he's
So, yeah, he's just
He's
chilling
probably
there.
still standing in the exact same spot.
He's
Yeah.
right.
Wondering.
Chilling there.
Right.
That whole time, Riley was whispering,
You're such a nerd. It's great. I grew up on Saturday, so I got you. Leaders, lead us. What is our next step in the quest of glory?
Okay.
Win or lose.
I mean, you two are together.
You
So
gotta put it in the paper,
So fucking
Go
just
talk to
choose.
Jacob.
we're going to. We just gotta. One of them's gonna take the lead on this. So,
Leaders surrender.
all right, leaders are in. We gotta move up the letter off to Sir Jacob.
Neither of our leaders wants to lead.
I love it.
It's the best. And
No.
honestly, it's so great for a chaotic party.
It truly is because you never know who's gonna make the decision, and they're sometimes wildly diametric to each other. Like,
It's great. It's fantastic.
It's a co-op.
co-ops can be terrible or great.
It's a parent swap.
Yeah, pretty much. And we've just swapped parents. So,
Yep. All right. So
Sister Serin, shall we go drop the letter off
yeah. Let's go do that. Let's
Which
go.
letter?
for Jacob?
We already
Letter
dropped
for
that
Jacob.
off.
Oh, I thought we did. Yeah, didn't we?
No, we delivered the letter to the sweaty dog.
Yeah.
Now, Ozra was supposed to go talk to Jacob and
Mhm.
turn in that portion so we can get that info.
She didn't do that though.
She didn't do that.
So
Yeah.
we have to.
Yeah, so we have to go talk to Jacob.
We have to go talk to Jacob.
She's in the process of going to turn to Jacob, so she's heading in that direction.
So we're all just going happily over there.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
I was gonna say, so you guys can either go back and wait where you guys were going to wait before you guys went and followed Oz,
So
Keep
or
an eye on her. You should keep
you
an eye on
can-
Azura when she does it.
Nope.
Oh right, you can't. So someone who can see should keep an eye on Azura when she turns that in.
Nope.
Not it.
Wonderful.
Okay.
Hey, leader.
Well, you know.
I'm not there in
Alright.
game.
Yep.
Well, cool.
Go precede.
Leader? Go ahead and delegate. Who's following?
Who's following?
Okay. So, I will go and follow her
Okay.
just to go make sure
Wise
that
decision.
that she does what she says she's going to do. I don't know what you guys are gonna do. You guys can do something.
Meet you back in nowhere?
Yes.
We call it hell.
No. You called it hell. I called it nowhere.
I wish to go shopping.
You want to go shopping?
Correct.
There's nothing here.
With what money?
Oh, I have money myself. Not a lot, but some. I don't need a ton of money to get what I want. I just need oil and water.
You know what? Seeing a little bit more wouldn't be a bad idea.
No. I need to go
places we've
shopping
been.
for water and oil and basic small sundries.
The two places we've been, haven't they been kind of unusually like
Okay.
in order?
You mean like
Organized?
OCD?
Well, while you guys discuss this, I'm gonna go ahead and start following.
You're still the leader, so before you just tell us to do something.
Bye, leader.
I'm just saying, like.
I'm gonna go shopping.
Okay.
A leader, our fearless
Well-
leader.
Look at your phone.
I'm shopping.
Gary's gonna go shopping. I'm not sure why he's gonna go shopping.
I think he's gonna go for a walk.
You're gonna go for a walk?
I think so.
Bye, brother Tunnel.
Okay.
Far away in the other direction from where he's going.
Oh, why?
You just
But
see
we're
him
a
visibly
family.
look at Brother Derek.
Okay, well, I don't care what either one of you do, but one of you has
Stop.
gotta watch him. That's all I gotta
Got it.
say.
Not it.
No,
He's not
I
here.
don't care.
Ah, but he's not here.
Stop.
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 What are we stopping for?
What the fuck are we doing? What are we doing? What do we have the group chat for? I'm like, hey, we're talking about the game plan for what we're doing like for a year and a half. And all of a sudden one cog goes in the machine and we're fucking going in different directions?
Yes.
What's happening, people?
Chaotic
I'm
neutral
digging
shit.
my nails into the wood of this table listening to this.
Well, it's a good thing
How
you're
the
here.
fuck do you think I felt with all you in my campaign, you wild bunch of weirdos?
What's happening? I can
Listen,
understand
take the
him
options.
going for like basic supplies.
Alright.
But you
so,
going on a walk just in a different direction?
Okay, so
Norig's unattended.
That's why I said one of you has got to watch him.
We left the child in Walmart.
Yep.
Norig already walked out the door too.
Norig's gone.
Oh,
So we'll find Norig later.
Alright.
I'm down.
So, I guess how this is going to quickly play out is we have to deal with Jacob, and then after we deal with the talk with Jacob, and this is going to be after this conversation here. Round 2 is what? So this Azra and Sarin thing is going to happen. You're fucking off somewhere. I'm fucking off somewhere.
Let's also be real. We're not going to go off in 15 different directions.
No, obviously we're not.
So like, all of that needs to be discussed about as a group who is walking off as duos or whatever before anything happens.
This city, I can already tell you, is designed in such a way that no matter where you go, I'm going to end up with you at a general store.
Yes, I know.
So we're just going to go together to a general store. Fine.
So, okay, so hold on. Did you want like everybody all together to go do the things that were discussed?
Or do you want us to do the
within
things?
the same building?
Because here's the deal. They can go do their thing, we can go do our sundry things and really meet up at our next destination.
Like, my big stop was as soon as you introduced you saying I'm just gonna go take a walk and go somewhere else made me almost like put my teeth on the table and punch the back of my head.
He's not wrong.
Like I almost lost it before raising my son. If that's not happening,
No, it's not.
then we're chilling.
No. We're just gonna go. Him and I are gonna go buy something. Prophetic, aren't you? That hat's been saving your ass this whole time, hasn't it? No,
Are you okay?
Right now. We'll come back and get you in a second.
Not emotionally.
Okay.
And bring you into the group.
Do you need something?
Need some Tums.
We have brownies.
Advil.
Black tar heroin.
It's not the black heroin you want. It's the what's it called?
Eric?
Red. It's the red one you want. The black car is just real low quality, dude.
Right.
Gotta get the right kind of heroin.
Oh my god.
Seems like Eric's got together.
I'm gonna.
So listeners at home.
We're gonna. Yeah, listeners at home. We don't condone the use of heroin or any opiates unless it's medically prescribed. Even then, you have to be careful about getting caught in an addiction cycle. That's sort of rummaging through the country right now at a horrible rate, especially my home state.
Okay,
of
let's
Ohio.
go for game. Let's go for game.
We do support.
That's the part where we have to call it. Not me saying, hey, don't do drugs. But the point where Eric says, no, it's not the black tar heroin you want. It's the red stuff. That's fine.
Anyway, that is fine, actually. It's really good. So let's go. Let's just do our shopping. Let's Sarin and them do their thing real quick. We'll buy our supplies and then we'll meet at our next destination. What is our next destination? Just so we have that in line.
I said to Sano I would meet him back at the inn.
Alright, so we're all just going to meet back at the end.
Yeah, let's all meet back at the end and then we can go to do the next thing.
What is the next thing?
To get registered as a group with the
Yes,
mercenary group.
with the mercenaries.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Then I'll just head straight back to the end.
That's great. Well, I'm just going to go meet back there after we buy our
This is
stuff.
like the getting everybody back together because you
Correct.
all wanted to go do separate things.
Yeah,
And
that's
this
fine.
is to get her stabilized
Let
where you can do more shit. If not, you guys could have totally taken the risk and just taken her straight in and done everything like as far as signing up.
Nah. It's okay.
But
Let's
it's
Sarin
gonna take a little bit of time.
Let's Sarin and
Yeah,
Azra
no,
do their
all
stuff
the
right
time.
now.
I sometimes just go
Alright.
forward. That wasn't sarcastic either. Like we'll just go sit on the ground sometimes.
I understand.
So you are watching her?
Yeah, I'm just walking. I'm gonna catch up with her as much as I can and walk.
Okay. It's not saying anything. Keeps walking.
Snake eyes. Hold on, stop for 1 second. What were we talking to Jacob about again?
You have to go
That we
tell him that you
delivered
turned in the letter.
That we delivered the letter.
The photograph, or whatever it was.
And then he was going to supply us with his contact in all the breweries and stuff.
Which is just a person.
Which for us is
With
a
many
lead with the
names.
drugs.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to think right now. Like, she's not saying anything, and I'm wondering if she's gonna go to Jacob's at all, or even if she does, if she's gonna say anything.
I mean, she's heading in the direction of it. I did say that to you guys. Like, she's heading in the direction to be able to go speak to Jacob.
You can.
It doesn't seem like she is trying to avoid it. But like I said, unless you essentially have almost like a 14 or 15% passive perception or sense motive, you would not be able to tell that she is even remotely like.
I have a 14 for perception and 13 for sense motive.
So then roll perception.
She'd have to roll for passive?
Okay. Yeah. For this one, just because of how close it is. That's why I was like
30.
So yeah, 30.
30? Unfortunately, no. You wouldn't gather what her main like reason or issue is behind it. But she just very focused. It seems like whatever the initial start of the conversation that they had up until the point that you guys arrived was whatever that she needed to go get the job done. And she's on the process. Doesn't seem like she's getting distracted by anything else. And just keeps moving.
That's just dangerous.
Yeah.
Terribly, terribly dangerous.
And see, like, me as a player is not sure what to do about that, because me as a player has tried so many times in the past to get anything out of this character, and it's just not worked.
Why don't you just lead the way?
Why don't you just lead, yeah.
Instead of following her, you have her follow you to the destination.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to take my eyes off of her, then she'd be behind me.
Well, you could grab the letter from her.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm not doing that.
She doesn't have an actual letter. We just have to.
We have to tell Jacob. She doesn't. There's no
right,
physical
there's no
thing,
letter. Yeah.
and I'm not gonna grab her. So like
What if you what's the worst that can happen if you lose Azra?
You tell me.
Yeah, it's your house on the
Go
line,
right ahead,
brother.
man. Like honest, but for Seren though, wouldn't she be at the point where it's like?
I mean, honestly,
what more damage could she do?
For Seren, as a whole, Azra should be kept an eye on, because she has made questionable decisions in the past. Mind you, she's trying to make up for them.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I don't know. Like Seren's just not gonna give that trust over easily.
Okay.
Like, that's not something she's just going to sit up there and be like, oh, you're trying to be better now. I'm just going to go ahead and, like, give you full trust again. No, I'm still going to keep an eye on you. Make sure that you're going to keep to your word. Because you've told me this before. Like, I've read this chapter in this book before. I remember this part.
I've heard this song.
So,
No.
like, and then she went and fucked us over. So...
I mean, honestly, with that being what Seren's opinion about her is, then I would say just do exactly what you're doing. Keep an eye on her.
Yeah.
There's really no need to have a conversation with her.
Exactly.
You're just, the only intention of you is to make sure she completes her task and does not fucking steal, kill, or burn anything.
Leadership.
That
Pretty much. That's what I was saying. Like, there's nothing to really say.
She would definitely have that tendency to steal in a mage guild where everything is
valuable and magical.
If she wanted to steal, she would have done it already.
an artifact.
We don't know that she hasn't, dude.
Yeah,
I
she might have.
That's what I'm saying.
But at least if she did.
Well, see, that's my
Don't smile, Bryn.
That's my other worry.
Little...
That's my other worry.
What?
Like me as a player knows that my character, like, the most perceptive one is not here.
Yeah,
the one that can probably hear her as she flies away is not here as she vaporizes into thin air. So like, even if I keep her in front of me, all it takes is for her to take advantage of me turning my head, and she's gone.
You're not wrong.
The most I can say is you gotta do the best that you can. If she disappears on you, then you're like, I did my best.
Yeah.
And then just go get a drink or something, or join us back at the inn. I don't know.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, there's no. She can still, even with my perception, she's still. I only caught her by 1 point with a 37.
Yeah.
So if she does get a really high roll, she's just gone anyways. So the only hope is that she's cooperating. She's gonna go do her task, and she's gonna stay within line of sight. Now, once she tells Jacob and completes the task, she may walk through a doorway and she's fucking gone.
Yeah, all bets are off at that point.
Yeah. So just gotta do the best you can.
Yep.
This is a hell of a trust test.
Yeah, it's a trust fall without you knowing what the hell.
All right. We're going back.
I'm sorry, I'm used to my fan going up, not down.
Going
Okay.
on.
Don't worry, I have you.
So I'm just walking
Oh, yeah.
with you.
Okay. She'll go in. She'll check in at the front gate. She'll go talk to Jacob. Enter the room. Close the door behind her and lock it.
Well, Serin's in there.
Well, this is already
No,
going
like
great.
she goes, like pulls the door behind her and locks the door because he doesn't like the door being open. And
No,
immediately turns around. He also doesn't like it either, especially when Ozra of all people is walking in here. Ozra has a reputation to her within the city that not everybody has asked about. So she does immediately walk in. She closes the door. And she locks it.
But without me walking in behind her?
Correct.
You can always.
Of course. Wait.
She immediately like opens it, like slides through, closes it behind her and locks it.
Give it a good knock.
Knock on that thing. Fucking punch the door down.
Use your sword, just stab it until it goes to pieces.
Don't do that, but.
Or just call Norhig at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna knock.
Okay. Nothing will be said. It's quiet.
I am going to put my hands on the door and use my gloves.
Okay.
What do your gloves do?
I have gloves of recon.
Oh, neat usage of them.
Yeah.
This is a good use.
This is a good use of this.
So that allows me to see what's going on beyond the door. So what do I see?
They're just standing in the room.
Talking?
They're just standing there.
They're
They're
probably
just
using
standing
these
there.
can't talk to each other. Or something similar. Something nonverbal.
They're literally just standing there. You'll see the typical small stools and stuff like that beyond the door, the outlines of the desk.
Mm-hmm.
The barrels kind of in the back corner of some of them that he's been aging in the back. But other than that, they're just standing there.
Like their lips aren't moving or anything?
They're just standing there.
Yeah, they're doing some other form of communication now. Which is wild because that means Ozra knows a form of communication she has not told us about. Because this isn't thieves' cant because they're moving.
Ooh.
This is either
And
telepathy or an item.
And they look alert, like.
They're standing. I mean, their bodies aren't like sitting or slumped or anything like that. They're just standing in the room.
Yeah, it's either some item or some natural ability.
Ooh, why?
Not sure how you're gonna overcome this one.
Why? I don't understand why they should.
Like nothing's happening. They're just standing.
Which is in itself fucking weird as shit.
It might be magical.
I mean, it's still like me walking up the tunnel and just standing and doing this.
Well, here's the thing. You're also in a mage guild.
That doesn't mean anything. The point being here, there are only so many forms of communication that are non-verbal and non-movement. And neither of those are happening right now. There are no cues that there's any kind of movement going on. They're just standing there. Their lips aren't moving. There's no finger. There's nothing. So there's no there's no physical item or indication that they're talking. So now you've only got non-verbals. And you're only left with facial expressions, which we've already decided we can't really see that much, or we're left with telepathy. Telepathy. Holy shit, you get what I'm trying to say. You're left with that. The mind shit.
And there's no noise, right?
No.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
Yeah, so psionics exist. So this is not something that would be unheard of.
And it could also be him, for all we know.
Yeah, and it could honestly be an item of sending, message. They could
Yeah.
literally be, there's a dozen different ways this could be going down. In a mage's guild with magic, I mean, I can think of at least 4 different ways off the top of my head they're talking to each other. That doesn't involve anything more than a spell that was already cast prior to entering the room. You could be looking at a fucking illusion right now.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah. So they could have already moved past and done their own thing, and this could be an illusion. So you're 6 ways from fucked unless you're physically in the room with them.
Wait, do you have a thieves kit?
Yeah, but I'm not breaking into that door.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Could be warded. We're in a mage's guild.
I may be crafty, but I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
It's not a smart idea.
Can I skip by here? Get back to my seat. Thank you.
Especially being here before and knowing how particular Jacob is, I know better than to do that.
Yeah.
Why would he change how he communicates now that it's only Azra in the room?
Because he either knows her from he probably knows her from before.
But she's been in the room with us.
Yeah, but not alone.
This is the first time alone with them.
Yeah.
It's pretty easy to act like you don't know somebody.
I mean, at this point, make note of it.
Yeah.
Question it later.
And we'll move on. We'll ask her about this later between
That's
sense
it.
motives
Stop my
and stuff.
notes.
It's not the best idea we have, or choice we have, but we gotta do it.
Alright, well.
And then we gotta meet up back at the hotel. Did I find the oil in regular water in the sundry shop?
How much are you looking for?
I'm looking for 3 vials of each, or flasks. And if I have to fill my own flasks, I can do that.
Considering you don't have Oz right there, that would be another option, but nah. How much money do you have?
1 copper, 17 silver, 24 gold, and 6 platinum.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I would say you'd find at least like 2 water, 3 oil.
Okay. What's the price point I'm going at?
I'd say for the oil it'd probably be a little bit more expensive considering they would have to ship stuff like that here. Let's go like a gold and 2 silver.
Perfect.
We'll call it a day.
I needed that, and then do we have any actual silver chains? Or can I commission silver chains? I don't mean like thick link chains. I mean, think
like necklace?
Nope, that's too thin. Think somewhere in between
Chainmail?
Thank you. But it's not chainmail, just think that kind of linkage.
Okay.
I'm looking for a link about yay long. About yay thick. And by thick I mean wide. It can be a single link.
What is the main purpose?
Silver, it's going to be used as a wrap for my neck.
Okay. I'd say you could probably commission that, especially because it's silver. I mean, you could probably find a lot of other things, but because you're being a little bit more oddly specific about it, yeah, commissioning would work.
Okay. What would be the total cost of that much silver?
So gross.
I mean, thinking about the weight item on it, I'm looking about between 8 to 16 ounces of silver. Because it doesn't need to be thick. It's not designed to stop blows. It's designed for something else entirely.
Yeah. A platinum and 3 gold.
Perfect.
Question is, are you preparing for that?
Just because silver is going to be a little bit more expensive of a product here.
Yep, that makes sense. Alright, thank you. How long do I have to come back for this?
I would say 3 days on that. It shouldn't take too long, but to make every single link back then, it does take
No, I got
a
you.
bit.
I used to do this on the phone, so I got you. So. Okay, 3 days. I'll come back.
Cool.
Thank you. That's all I needed. I can head back to the inn now. I'm gonna use my spare time to do ritualistic castings for the oil and the holy and the water to make it holy. But we'll do that when we get home.
Alright. You guys are at the hotel?
The
Or
hotel.
not the hotel, the apartment?
Yeah.
My humble abode.
So,
It's not humble.
tell me what it looks like.
I'd
I'll back to
imagine
Oz and you in a minute.
it looks
Ew.
pretty nice.
Good though.
Not like much mess, like at all. It's pretty like neatly kept up. You might be able to find a speck of dust behind some pots and pans, but everything else has been like, I mean, it's a sorcerer, prestidigitation, clean everything. Like, mage hand does everything so precisely.
Yes, thank you.
I
know this is what I sound like as a wizard, and I love it.
You know, it's as pristine as you can get for someone who's 25 living on their own
Oh yikes.
with
Right.
magical powers. Sorry, I should add in the magical powers
Yeah,
part.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Adds a little bit to
I'm
it.
25 and I live on my own. Add the magical powers.
You've had magic this whole fucking time in real life and you didn't use
Just
it?
leave you on
God damn
fire.
motherfucker.
You don't want me to use it.
She only has cantrips and it's only arcane mark.
I'm a caster.
Like a simulacrum who's run out of spell slots. No, yeah, like it's like a lot of like sort of like deep greens, like on the walls, like maybe like a family portrait hung up in like entryway landing, you know, just like where you'd keep family pictures.
Can I?
In the
I
walkway.
would like to look at the family portrait and look at the.
How many of us are there? Is it just you two?
Just us two.
It's my apartment.
Yeah, it's just the
Good, just those two there.
Yeah.
Yes,
Good,
correct.
thank
Can
God.
I look at the family portrait? Just want to see what his family looks like.
It's you know, it's my mom, it's my dad. Lucas has like a brother and a sister. You know, they're pretty all dressed like fine and neat. Not like robes, but definitely like buttoned up shirts or maybe like tied tunics, depending on what the fashion is there.
Mm-hmm.
With like overcoats on, pretty like regal looking. Like you can get like a sense of gravity from the painting itself.
Okay. And do I probably don't, but do I recognize any of them? Do I see their faces and anything comes to
No.
mind?
The word you're looking for is gravitas.
Yeah, it has. I don't want to use that. It makes me sound so froofy.
But it does. The picture has gravitas.
It definitely has a lot of gravitas.
There we go.
Okay. Well, is there like a certain area you want me to do this in, or?
I mean, not really. You know, I know you have that care package that Sightsong was able to give you. I have a guest room that I don't really use that much.
Is there like enough space to lay this all out in there?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
That'll work.
don't worry. The square footage on this thing is it's pretty good. The college has its benefits. I'd say, like, do you need anything? I mean, I have food here.
No.
Got tea.
I'm alright. I think I'm just ready
Love
for this.
tea.
I mean, me too, but I just wanna.
Is it okay if I have some tea?
Are you nervous?
Nah.
Can I roll sense motive for that, please? Ooh.
I'm gonna roll. Here's something fun I think I'm gonna do. Would it be alright if I roll deception or diplomacy and I don't tell you which one?
Yeah, do it like Critical Role does it. Oh, on the keys.
That can't count.
No.
It was tilted on its side on the shift key.
Well, the ship should tell you.
Probably should take it off.
It was worth, but you know, you have to honor
You have to honor.
You have to honor when it's cocked.
You phrased that really well. I
We're
just
still
want you to
doing
know.
phrasing, sir. We're still doing phrasing.
It's better than what I
You have to
was
honor
gonna say.
the cock.
I was gonna say that.
Can I cut a piece of brownie?
Of course.
It's crazy.
Cool.
That
I
you're
would
gonna
not
say
be
that.
like
That's a
the
line from
that brownie,
Dimension
so
20.
Is it really?
I'm gonna ask one of the hosts to cut a brownie before I just
like,
can't
it was a 20, but it was
rightfully
good.
cut
You
it to
gotta
a brand new
put it
stack of
all
brownies in a
over.
house.
Okay, what did you roll?
Oh, right.
Wait, you
rolled a
you
7
want
on
me
the
to do it?
die.
I rolled a 7 on the die.
I just want you to tell me like.
I'm not looking. I can't read that far anyway.
I don't know how to cut it. Like you cut your
I
brownies.
got a
Some people in particular.
21 total.
No,
I got a 23.
Oh, then yeah, you sound the truth.
Okay. Yeah, just fix the tea. I'll get all this set up and then
Perfect.
you fix the tea.
You don't want any?
Anything except
It's green, it's herbal.
I'm okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah, no, for sure.
If I get something on my stomach, I don't want to throw up.
What?
We didn't have conversations that I missed.
He said if I had tea.
Have you eaten today?
Yeah, no.
Do you want food before we
Actually,
do
I
this?
took a couple bites of grapes.
You took a couple bites of grapes?
Yeah.
That's not.
That's you want like something like substantial?
No, I want to do this. I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, if you want to go just like right now, I don't have to make the.
Make your tea, please, and I will get set up.
Okay, yep, guest room, down the hall, left, first door.
Okay. How many doors are there in this hallway? As he goes to make tea.
Yeah.
Do you go in one of them to make tea, or is there like?
Well, no. I mean, I go to the kitchen. The hallway's a separate room. Like it's like you walk in, landing, kitchen, pretty open.
I'm gonna look at the other doors.
Okay.
I'm not trying to be sneaky about it.
Okay, which one?
So the first one on the left is the.
There's one on the left, one on the right, and then one down the hall.
What's the one on the right?
Bathroom.
Okay. What one?
The one at the end of the hall is my bedroom.
Okay, I'm just gonna look and see what. I'm a little sketchy out. Make sure there's no one else here.
That face.
Listen.
Why
Is there anyone else in the apartment?
Ever going to be unattended in my home?
I don't like this IRL, but.
I tell you to go to the guest bedroom, first one on the
She's
left.
a suspicious person.
No, she's a crazy person.
Yes, but.
Yeah, okay, so the bedroom's a little bit more messy than
That's
the rest
fine.
of the
I'm
place.
looking for other people. Is there any other living creature in these rooms?
Yeah, it's a lich. I keep a lich on my bedside table.
Okay, I go
Damn,
to the guest
son.
room.
Alright.
Have him trapped in it or.
And I'll
maybe
take out the
pull from
care
different
package.
things
And
something
I'll
got void.
Is his name Vasquez?
lay everything
Yeah.
out.
Tell a bunch of bad jokes. every
Set
day.
up the
Do you stand up back on?
Yeah.
There's a
the
tiny little skull
mat.
that
I'm
talks
gonna
to
set
me.
the idol. Light a candle. Some dried herbs. That I'll set with the idol.
She's
And
setting
then
up in the guest bedroom.
I will take off my purple vest.
Okay.
And just kind of fold it neatly and put it to the side. And I'll put the black robes on that she gave me.
Okay. I'm watching him have an aneurysm behind you.
Wait, it's just pure black robes?
With gold trim.
Yeah, that seems holy.
Okay. Alright.
Something telling
So
me
you finish setting up the room.
Gavin
Everything's
is going
good.
to
Walking
be
back
killing
in.
a character.
Yeah, I'll walk up. This is a cup of tea.
Okay. You see the whole setup.
Okay.
I don't know if this is
You
right.
look a bit ominous.
Thank you.
No.
Still might be a good thing.
No.
Okay. So
It's
do I
just
have
a
to?
black robe. Can I not wear other colors than purple? Am I defined now by my purple magic?
Here we go.
Okay.
This is all coming back to Gemini, isn't it? She's not allowed to express herself, so then I can't wear what I want. Is this a full circle moment?
This is exactly how a normal person would respond to this question.
When the hell?
I'm really bringing out my inner girl here.
I'm fucking
Why
dead.
did I? Like Lucas is gonna like sort of give like a passive look.
I'm gonna look at Gemini too and be like.
He's gonna look pensively like out the window, and be like, "Did I say something?"
You said everything.
Okay.
You said nothing, which said everything.
All right. No, yeah, you can wear black robes with, is that gold trimming?
Yeah.
So do I need to wear those?
I don't think so.
Like, there's not like another set for me to like join in, or do I just have to pray?
I think I'm the one praying and you're just
Do you
support.
have religion?
No.
No.
You're just support.
I didn't take knowledge religion.
You
Just
kidding me?
go ahead and roll an intelligence check.
I just didn't want to do this.
Intelligence, I add +0 to this roll.
Oh, fuck me. Fuck
I'm a
me.
sorcerer.
I'm a bard. I still have a +3 to my intelligence.
You're fucking useless.
Well, bards have a lot of knowledge. I got
So.
I got an 18 total, which is really good for me.
That is good for you.
I was really hoping you would say, but not
kill
good
me.
enough.
Fireball.
You know that, like, I mean, rituals are rituals. Like, you've seen enough of them at, you know,
Rituals.
the guild. This one's a little bit different. For normally the other ones were groups. This is more isolation. And in that, it's weird. You have only heard of like a handful of other ones in your studies, like searching for answers to like the eternal night sky and why your magic comes the way it does to you.
Like people maybe like worshiping like the Desna, like
yes,
or like
and you understand the concept of like the darker deities and like the balance and understand it. You don't follow it, but you understand that there's a level to it.
Yeah.
This woman is not often talked about, and when it is, it's in one of two ways. Going into this is very much 50-50, and what people say, do, or how they react will play a pivotal role in the decision-making process. You as an individual have options. You can also choose to don the robes, to leave an offering, and in that instance you can still choose to not follow them. However, you are going to be acknowledged as an equal, so your effects, although you will be able to protect her more, are going to be equally as challenging in the event that something goes wrong for either one of you.
What do you mean when you say challenge? So do I have to perform this ballad? Or are you saying if I speak words, it will be held in the same weight as Jezebel?
Yes, and you can choose to assist if you wanted to, and again, you could still be like, listen, I'm just here to support them, but I am not here to follow, if that makes sense.
I think knowing Lucas, he would think that it would be polite to wear the like the fucking ticket muncher in a Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh my god. Jeez.
Yeah, no, I think Lucas would be like, oh, okay.
So if you're trying to be quiet.
Like in his head, it's like, so when people do this, to have the most effect, it would be to, in worship, join alongside with how the other person's worshiping. So, no, have as little understanding of deities and religion as he has, he would go, so it'd be polite to dress this way.
Can I just say, I don't think that's a good idea because she may get the wrong idea. That,
what do you mean?
Because this thing was made, she made this proposition to me.
Is there 2 sets of robes?
She may think.
Oh no.
There are 2 sets.
There's 2 sets of robes in there.
You motherfucker.
If you are going redemption, she gives everybody the choice.
Hey, Jasmine, my job is to make sure you're safe. The best way I can do that to full effect is to be there fully.
And I understand that, but I also, well, I guess you're at risk either way.
Yeah, no, it's a deific figure,
If she wants me dead, there's a large chance that I will be.
You just can't. When I'm doing this, I just ask that you don't interfere.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. The only place that I'll step in is when it's becoming a danger for you.
Okay.
In which case, she will know fury.
This is also a goddess we're talking about.
Yeah?
I don't want to see you go toe to toe with a goddess.
Yeah, me neither. I'm not going to. I'm just,
It wouldn't be a fight.
Garion?
You're like peeping your head over the window.
Sorry.
you got way too nosy. You like sort of climbed a ladder. You're on Norvik's shoulders.
You would be wiped out. Oh shit.
This guy's an idiot.
Okay, alright. It is your choice to do this.
It'll be easiest for me to get you out of there safely if I'm fully there.
Let's just hope we don't have to.
Yeah. I just know that black's not the most flattering on me, but
Black looks good on everyone.
I don't know. I just sort of have like a really I'm inside a lot, so like it.
You'll look great.
Okay.
Put on the rope. Let's do this thing.
All right, I'll sort of pull the rope, tie it up, put the hood on, and go. I'm ready.
There's a hood.
There's a hood.
Of course, there's a fucking hood. Are you kidding me? It's a.
Riley, you chose like almost the cultiest of
I'm
names
aware.
that you could have potentially followed.
Chose. Excuse me? No, I was under the assumption that she chose for you. You chose Nocticula?
Yeah, I did. Oh, my leg's about to crack.
I literally had a pause for a moment. After I said you chose Nocticula, and I'm like, I need to look over at Eric right now.
I need a moment.
Jerica.
I know.
Going for a walk was the worst.
I swear this
decision
is an
of
act. I swear this is an act.
Walk.
What do you mean? She said that this is a 50-50.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean-
she didn't.
What? Yes, she. Yeah, no, never mind. She did. She did not. She didn't say that.
Decisions have been made at this table.
Worst decisions have been made at this table. I charmed person.
I've released a plague.
Okay, so
I touched a shard.
we're
I was
doing
just
this
surprised. I
thing.
was just surprised. I apologize.
And released a Hydra.
I'm gonna grab my
And they killed
banjo.
said Hydra.
All right. So
I'm ready.
What do we have to do? Get on our knees? Or?
I don't
I
know.
think it's about the worst thing.
I've never prayed
I
before.
remember.
I thought you were. Oh. Okay.
I don't know how this thing works. How do I get a sense of how to start?
I think a lot of people clasp their hands together. I know
Do I
that.
get a running start?
Are you gonna
Where
follow
let
his
them go?
advice, or are you going to try and reach out to the woman who is
Yeah.
I'm-
Is there a code I put in?
Okay.
I will just probably sit down on the
Oh,
ground,
damn.
touch my cup, banjo and laugh.
General cocktails for me.
What would I have to like sacrifice up?
Sacrifice what?
Do I like offer tea?
Yeah, like you could leave an offering, like whatever you choose to leave for them. If you're asking for like a common one because you're not a religious person, you probably wouldn't know.
I think I'll grab like a nice piece of clothing from my wardrobe, I guess, and sort of just like put that there. Maybe something that matches the colors that I remember her talking about.
Okay.
It was like red. So just be like, there's some red in that.
Okay.
It's like you're making sure you don't get pinched wearing no green on.
Yeah, you're trying to like match the theme and everything.
Alright.
I rolled a 68.
68. Okay. So you kind of sit there for a minute and you just think about, okay, well, like what would she want? And she'd want you to be comfortable, obviously.
Oh, crisscross.
So either crisscross, sitting in a chair, whatever works.
Crisscross, I just lost.
And as you kind of like reach out, you get this like pull. And as you almost like feel the pull intentionally, you like reach out and grab him to create that connection.
Okay.
And you do pull him in with you. And lo and behold, you see the very woman in front of you again.
Hi.
Do you release his hand?
Are we in the?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So she pulled you through. You're kind of just there now.
This is your life.
And you're back.
Yeah, I did what you asked.
And
it's ready. Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
Okay.
I've been ready.
Okay.
I've been waiting.
Stop.
Stop.
Okay, so
Crazy.
I'm going
Bless
to
you.
begin my bardic performance
Okay.
of and I will choose the three of us. And everyone's within 30 feet of me, right?
Yeah.
So we all receive sanctuary as I'm performing this bardic performance.
Okay.
As a complete side note, if you play Bardic Performance in Baldur's Gate 3 and someone is on a second story and they throw gold to you afterwards and that gold should hit you, it will in fact cause damage and kill your character should
That's
you be low enough
fucking
on hit
funny.
points to have that.
That's
On the
really
road.
funny.
Fucking bye.
That's hilarious.
The ghost of Eric.
I didn't realize they throw
Not the
throw
character.
money at
They
you.
throw money at you when you play Bardic Performance, but if they're at the
Person
top level when you're
Eric
done, they'll
appears
just
in
throw it
the
off the
Yeah.
fucking second and it will literally hit you. It's a 4 gold piece, will hit you for 4 points of damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
Like
learned
the
I
souls
found that
of
when
Hercules.
we were in the circus and I just started playing it to distract people while she was stealing things. And I was like, oh my god, they're throwing money at me.
Oh my god. Carry on then, sorry.
You know how many times I have gone to I started at the Druid camp as a bard,
Gang.
just playing music just to get gold.
It's so fun. It's so fun. Okay, anyway.
Back to game.
The three of us, as long as they remain on 30 feet, we all have sanctuary.
Okay.
And then I also do the I don't know, whatever, however you say that word. And it creates images, sounds, and to enhance my bardic performance.
Okay.
And then along with that, I will cast exquisite accompaniment. I can't say that word.
Accompaniment.
Thank you. So it's basically like my banjo floats next to me, performing and maintaining my bardic performance. And I will perform a ballad. You want me to give it to you?
I read it. I feel bad that you had to write that out.
Don't feel bad. I wrote it down. I'll perform the ballad and I'll just obviously be very theatrical about it. You know, making those images with my hands kind of dance. I assume it would all be darker images and kind of portray her story to go along with the ballad. Do I need a performance check? The one thing I can do.
Sorry.
No, that sounds about right for the ballad.
Not the oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, no.
Who all did this?
Me.
Just you?
Was it not just me?
Yeah.
No, she sent
I
it to
sent
me
it to him literally the next
the
day.
next day.
Very good.
Thank you, I appreciate it. The next day I was so stressed I went home and I wrote 90%.
Still roll me a percent.
And Riley does have to
You wanna
read
do
that
it?
full thing aloud for everyone, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'll make you a copy if you want.
I don't want a copy.
Riley, you have to read that.
It was almost an nat 20. Did you see that? It just rolled off the 20.
It went.
Okay.
Good.
It did.
Nobody needs a nat 20 for this.
Oh, I really wanted it.
Oh.
So that is a 33.
I don't like this kid.
She kind of went fast since it's time.
Well, have fun. You better add some of that spontaneous magic of yours that you just happened to figure
Your
out
friend.
one day.
Eric, this is hurting
Yeah.
my feelings.
He has similar magic to
He does.
Sorry.
you. Here to join as well.
I will stop.
I don't think he's interested in joining right now, but maybe once he is around me and sees how much my influence can be with you as patroness.
It's like a protege.
Yeah, sure. But our magics are similar, so we believe we can help each other.
Like advancing to a protege? You know how proud I am of you?
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate
Like,
that.
you know, as a woman coming into this kind of environment, it's just very liberating in a sense, you know?
Yeah, I didn't have a whole lot of friends, and I'm happy to have made one.
Well,
Do you feel safe?
Mhm.
You mean in general or around him?
Just in general.
Well, I feel like there are people hunting me, so that's not great. But when I'm around the people I know in my company, I feel safer. And I think I'd feel safer too knowing I had you looking out for me.
Who do you think looks after you the most?
Who do you think looks after me the most?
I'm curious.
Azura.
And what about your brother?
I I think we haven't known each other, or I guess he hasn't known me for a long time. So things come with time, and hopefully we can work on that. It's kind of a rocky road. He doesn't believe in a word I say, so.
Jackie makes a really good ice cream that you should try sometime. Maybe one day we'll have ice cream.
Yeah.
Iced cream.
Us.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
People are screaming.
No.
We only eat ice cream on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
Wow, Mean Girls reference. Somehow in canon, Lucas knows what Mean Girls is.
But doesn't know what ice cream is.
Lindsay Lohan was incredible. I'm more of a Legally Blonde fan myself.
So, you're willing to do whatever this entails?
I mean,
No.
I want to be able to learn about my magic and not worried about being a ticking time bomb and possibly hurting the people around me.
But look at what that magic did to you the first time.
The first time?
When she put you in that arena. Look what that magic does. You have to determine at what point is it not worth it anymore.
The magic?
The answer to it. Sometimes it's just better to embrace just what people have told you is whatever form of truth, rather than trying to face the lies.
I'm not afraid of the magic. I'm more afraid of what it does to me.
That's my point. Any magic from other realms, including my own, could cause instability.
Then can you remove it?
I can't, no. Not at least now. But, I mean, potentially.
So you're telling me there's a way to reverse what was done to me?
And she'll kind of like look over at him. Is he watching her intently?
Yeah. He's just sort of been standing there politely, not talking, with a funny, just a genuine smile on his face.
I hope everyone likes me here.
I dress correctly.
Go see an orthopedic.
What you want to achieve isn't impossible. But it takes miracles. And again, not that it can't happen, but it can't just happen in a day. Now, I can't sit here and tell you that that miracle is gonna happen any sooner than whatever that woman is willing to do. But know that you risk just as much of a chance. And there has to come a point where you draw the line rather than them. And if you don't draw that line, you're not going to make it back. And you know that as well as I. Things take time. Even going to her is going to take time. I'm here to support you on whichever path that you choose to take. Whether or not it is the path of teacher and student, or whether or not it is the path of self-discovery. They both come with their risks. Just make sure you, whatever you choose, you mean it.
I will.
Alright. That's all I could ask.
Out of game. What do I do now?
What do you want? Do you want to talk to her? She's in front of you.
I know. Okay. I thought when we had this conversation before that she said she would help me become stabilized.
She will, and that's part of it. But like to make it go away is going to be a miracle. She could essentially fulfill his position in the event that you guys split.
Okay.
So where he restores and does key, she can only do it so much as well.
Okay, so
Not nearly as much as him because he was literally trained to siphon
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
his body is designed to do that. Hers isn't, but she is a goddess. So
Yeah.
she can take it, she just can't take as many beatings like that. So
Okay.
it is a temporary solution unless you find yourself in some serious shit.
Okay.
But she is offering to potentially get this thing completely rid of. But she has not given you a time frame. She has no idea and cannot tell you a time frame on
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
Because miracles don't just happen. It literally has to be like
Turn it down, spit in her face.
you communing with her enough, right place, right time,
Yeah.
asking the right 3 questions, and either finding that item, that person, or I would say like a probably, like I said, item. I mean, because you could do like, you know, a wish spell, like a scroll, something like that. If you're able to find it. But again, just trying to find one around willy-nilly isn't going to be an easy task. But
Yeah.
that is the only thing to make that completely go away like it never happened.
Okay.
And it would just make you a normal bard.
I guess, is there a way for me to continue with it and it not kill me?
Again, potentially.
Okay.
It is the risk with this type of magic.
Yeah.
You can try and control it via her and via him and say worst comes to worst, everybody stays together.
Yeah.
You just have like an extra 4 key points essentially that could help repair.
Okay.
But the thing is if you cast something and you randomly roll and say like it's a level 3 spell, it's going to hit you that hard as well. So it's a crapshoot. That is the downside of wild magic when you choose to do that. Is that it literally is a random table full of a whole bunch of different spells that you could shoot at any point in time.
Yeah. I just don't, my main concern is the timeline, I think, and like pretty much what would be ideal is like I will take the wild magic and keep it, but just not be on the timeline.
Well, and that's the thing. That's what she's telling you. She can give you that wish and it not be on a timeline, but we just have to be careful, like in general, of how you cast.
Okay. Okay.
Or she's like, listen, it's your own free will. Like
you can get rid of it if you want.
Like you can get rid of it.
Okay.
Or you could just go to this woman and try and get answers, and hopefully she doesn't push you past that point, because she works with Noctera, but doesn't exactly like it's not that type of relationship.
Mhm.
Like it's more of like they work alongside each other.
Gotcha.
Not with each other.
So pretty much, just so my brain can wrap around it. Nantekula is saying I can keep the wild magic and just deal with the wild magic, but not be on the timeline, or try to work with Tamara to just control the wild magic.
So you can't just get rid of it right now.
Yeah.
That's the
yeah.
problem. So it's either deal with it for now,
Yeah.
until you find an access point of which you could get rid of it. Now
Mhm.
that access point can happen numerous times depending on what you guys do as a cohesive group, right? Or the random individuals that you may or may not encounter in a very eclectic city. So if you randomly run into somebody, great, but that also means if you do that and you wait to try and just get rid of it, that any spells you cast will still put you on that time limit. Now again, you can make that time limit go away because you have her and you have him with the key points that can help mitigate that. But know if you cast a level 4 spell, you cast that level 4 spell and it's gonna hit you for that much. So know that it is a completely random chart because that's how wild magic works.
I understand
so I'm
that.
cool with that. The other option, besides waiting and wishing to get rid of it, is to go into the guild
Mhm.
and to deal with the dryad and try and hope and pray to God she doesn't push you too far.
Yeah, that's probably gonna be my number one. Okay.
And she's essentially telling you she doesn't care what you pick. She's
Yeah.
willing to walk with you on whatever path that is, but you have to be willing to stand by that. Like at the end of the day, it doesn't need to be like a, oh well, you run to Garion or the nearest pub person and you're like, let me tell you my whole life story really quick, this is what I'm gonna go do, and they're like, that sounds fucking dumb, and you're like, you know what, pour me another pint, that sounds fucking stupid.
Gotcha.
She wants you to do it because you legitimately want to do it, because the whole reason why you're here is you want answers.
Yeah.
Whatever answers those are, if it was just answers to get rid of it, she was willing to help you do that.
Yeah,
If it was answers to understand why it functions and works and to control it, that's the
Tamara is that way. Okay, that is the way I would like to go. Okay, back in game. I appreciate the help, and I think all things take time, and I'm willing to take the time.
Whatever you're willing to do, just be careful.
Do my best.
I say that because you got two followers of Sarah Ray that will be really upset. And as much as one shook your hand promising that nothing would happen to him per se,
Yeah.
one didn't.
Yeah.
And you also have another companion as well that
Yeah.
it's kind of their whole thing.
That one other companion though, she did let me come here. She really wanted to stop me. We both know she coulda.
But doesn't that make you wonder why?
It does. And the answers will come in time.
Someone who wanted answers so eagerly, you're willing to be patient for them now.
I've waited a long time to start asking questions, so I was ready. But
Are you actually saying like,
Yeah.
I was gonna be like, I swear to God.
Smack. Oh shit! I just said.
I was eager to know, and you've given me at least one answer. And I will take that answer and use it to my best ability.
Just be safe.
Do my best. Alright, I think we're ready to go back.
Okay. Nice seeing you again.
Don't wear those robes again unless you're ready.
Huh?
It's okay. Well, I'll explain later.
Okay. Bye.
You guys go back into the room. The rest of the flower petals and stuff like that you had left as offerings are now either completely depleted or burnt to ash.
Okay.
What about my clothes?
Completely gone.
Ah. I should have figured.
I mean, unless you like the shirt.
That's fine. Red's not really my color.
Yeah, neither is black. I'll take that now.
I told you! Telling me black looks good on everyone.
It's alright, I shouldn't be
Doesn't work
supportive.
for my complexion.
Okay. So,
Put my arcane robes back on.
I'll take, I mean, I guess I should take off the black robes and only use those for praying.
It's up to you.
No, keep wearing them. I'm sure nothing bad will happen.
Yeah, that's also the other reason. So I'll take them back up, I'll pack it all back in my care package, the idol and all the incense and all that shit, and put my purple padded vest back on.
Okay.
Well, that was interesting. So now I know.
Ballad was good.
Well, thank you, I appreciate it. So now I know I gotta go back to Tiamira and work with her and hope she doesn't kill me. Or let me kill myself, I guess is the better phrasing.
Wanna go knock that we condone.
You have so many issues that are so foreign to my lifestyle.
Yeah. Well, I told the rest of the gang we'd meet back up at, well, where we were before.
Oh, where is that?
Nowhere. Would you like to come with me?
Well, where would I be? I would like to know where I'm going first.
I know where it is, but it doesn't have a name.
Can you describe the part of town that it's in?
Sure, I'll describe it.
A part of town that has been described.
You're familiar with it, at least the area. I mean, it's not a terrible area.
I haven't heard of.
We don't ask a whole lot of questions. We just kind of roll with it sometimes.
So it's an inn?
Sure. We have a room there. So that's what you qualify an inn.
You paid for it?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's like lots of rooms.
Why are you asking
Yeah.
many questions?
Do you want to come?
Okay.
Also, I appreciate your support with all this.
That wasn't too bad. Thought it'd be a lot scarier, but you know.
Yeah.
Nothing too terrible happened.
No.
Would you like to go somewhere?
I was sort of worried about like fire and brimstone, but I don't know if that's sort of.
I don't think that's her gig anymore.
I'm gonna need more information. I'm going with you.
I don't know.
So valid.
I know.
She looked at me like with very intense eyes when she told me not to wear these again. If I wasn't ready?
If you don't want to like follow her as a goddess.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Okay, so just don't put on the robes again.
Yeah, okay, yeah, heard.
Yeah.
100%. So, lead on to this.
It's nowhere.
Nowhere.
Just say lead on to nowhere.
Lead on to nowhere.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
You get used to it.
He's peeking his head over the window again.
Alright.
How'd you get in my house?
Packed up and put in my bag of holding.
Many mysteries of me.
I will say, you know, since all going back to Oz and you standing at the door.
Woohoo, I did it.
You did. You played a ballad.
Nothing's still happening. About 15, 20 minutes have gone by.
Say bye. I need a word one.
Okay.
Oh, what?
Oh my god. Zoe. You're gonna have to make a copy of it.
So, can we?
Red light, guys.
So, okay.
I have it on my phone.
He's so on.
So,
It's okay, still on.
You had a meeting with a goddess.
How do you feel about that?
No, I want to talk about this now.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Feasibly, the only option to get somewhere is to break into that room.
You have the whole thing.
You do not have any other means to get into that room.
Mm-hmm.
You use the item that lets you see into the room and hear into the room, which normally would allow you to see verbal or somatic spell components that would indicate message or sending, which they'd have to keep recasting given the amount of times that they've been in there.
I'm leaning towards psionics at this point. Just myself, personally.
Now that would imply that either Azra has had psionic abilities this whole time.
No, psionics can be one way.
Or my good friend, the halfling, Jacob, as far as I've known him, has had psionic abilities that whole time.
It could be an item, dude. It could literally be an item that allows her to speak to people within a 30-foot radius mentally. It could be something stupid like that. It exists.
Why? But what's
Jacob could be the one using it. It doesn't have to be Azra.
I don't have to have a purpose. That's
Yeah,
Azra.
the purpose could literally be this. You're in a mage's guild that is scried that has constant magic scrying and abilities on it. It's not unheard of that someone would have devised a way to have a conversation in that guild without being heard or seen magically. This is not completely infeasible.
But why would he not do it when he assigns us the task versus
they're
now
talking about
when
something
Azra
else
is
entirely.
alone? Yeah, so that's what I'm...
That's just something we have to ask her.
And trust can tell us the truth.
That's not anything.
Yeah.
We cannot trust that she'll tell the truth.
Exactly.
Then you have to break in on this room and find out what's going on.
Exactly. The only alternative is to break into the room and find out what's going on. You have reason because one, you're the leader of the group, and the information is pertinent to you and the people that are like under yours and Thunnel's leadership. And the fact that she's doing it secretly is a betrayal of that. And the fact that it's been 20 to 30 minutes, even more so. Because it wouldn't take that long to say, hey, we did the job. Who's the contact? Thank you.
Yeah. She's setting up something else on the side.
So the only feasible option, because no casters are there, is breaking in.
Or just leaving it.
I'm not there anymore. I technically didn't
Or just leaving it to talk later.
To Azra?
Azra lies to us.
Who will?
Yeah, but if we sense motive and we know she's lying.
If we fail,
sense motive on Azra's bluff?
Yeah.
The only one who has that ability is possibly this guy.
Yeah.
She's in the high 30s. It's not something you're going to be able to get.
And even he messes up sometimes.
The only action that Jerica as a player can take here, other than inaction and leaving it for someone else, is getting this door open.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not a magical door. These doors aren't
I will say this
locked
as a
arcanely.
DM though. Do what your character would want to do.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like 100% do what your character would want to do because you don't know every angle that could potentially happen. So do what your character would do. If your character would leave it alone, leave it alone. If your character would do something about it, do something about it.
Eric.
Eric. I swear to God.
Put the mask on. Put the mask on the door handle.
Oh yeah, she does have the mask.
See if it gets any memories.
Remember who you are.
I am Groot.
No, I thought it was Adam.
I was a treant one day.
One
I'm
day.
gonna knock again.
So silent.
Keep on knocking. I'll knock harder.
He's gonna get annoying.
Still quiet.
I'm banging on the door.
I mean, you're causing a scene at this point, but I mean, nobody's answering the outside of the door.
Ooh. Judo chop.
I'm not there, so I can't break it down.
That would have been okay. I went back to the inn.
Yeah, no, that's up to her.
What if? Could you like find someone who is like a key holder and be like, "My friend's in there."
A conversation could be over
They
by the
have
time
not
she
been
does that.
responsive for. Yeah. Fuck, man.
Are you doing okay over there?
No.
They said he'll read it.
Frustrated.
I love the first two lines.
Thanks.
Yeah. Already not liking your character immensely.
Let's go. What would she do?
She just sit down outside the door.
I dig it.
Wait.
I dig it. Good job.
Yeah.
That all rhymed.
I'd probably say an hour, hour and 15 max goes by. And the door will click. And Jacob will step out.
Okay. Sees me sitting there.
Is there a reason?
Well, I did knock.
Yeah, we were in the middle of a conversation.
Yeah, I know. It would have been nice to be known about that conversation, but I guess I'm not privy to that information that we're all supposed to have.
When it comes to my business and my family matters, no.
Of course.
We were. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's me that should be apologizing to you. I'm sorry, Jacob. Is Ozra still around?
She went out the back entrance.
Did she say where she was going?
She didn't, as she normally doesn't. But, I mean, she has countless buts. Do I need to call the guards?
No, you don't need to call the guards. I'm gonna be leaving now. Thank you. I'm sorry to waste your time. I'm just gonna leave.
We gotta put an end to that. As a group, we just need to decide to put an end to that.
I don't want her. I don't want her in the campaign.
Yeah, I don't either.
I'm so fucking.
I'm just gonna go back to the inn or the tavern or whatever.
She's just betrayed and danced around so many times at this point.
It's not worth it.
It isn't.
No.
It isn't. It's a
You
constant.
guys also don't know her side of it either.
Yeah, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not worth knowing her side.
It's not for lack of trying.
She should. Yeah.
We've tried so many times in so many ways that we can think of to try to get through to this NPC, and it's just.
It's too much effort for nothing.
She's just no.
Get her out of here.
And then just fucks off and
fucks off and leaves the leader behind.
Like
no words.
It's just we try to be nice, and she still says fuck off. It's just
says She says no, you're not getting in here.
How many times do we have to keep on trying?
From her perspective, being nice is, and she understands this about herself as well, is not following somebody. She never claimed to be like a good person. Like she literally stalks and kills people.
Oh, yeah, okay. Then it's fine for us to not want her.
I thought she was like necessarily following her, but going with her to do this task. That
alongside, because
nothing was said though practically the entire time, so she doesn't know. And then on top of it, she was told to come here and to tell Jacob information and do her job.
At what
and
point?
That's what she did.
At what point would Sarin following?
She left.
At what point would Sarin following Ozra closely, next to each other, be like, okay, so I need to keep Sarin outside so she doesn't know the information that we're getting as a group for the job
But
that we
do you
completed.
understand though that she can hear just as well as he can? So in that instance, and that's the thing, she was waiting to see if she could trust any of you to walk away from that door and let her do the fucking job she said she was here to do.
That's not.
There's no trust.
No.
But that was her point. That was her level of trust. She knew that was also a test from you guys.
Then we don't need someone like that around anymore.
Then why send her to fucking do it? Why not do it yourself then? And that was her point.
Okay. Yeah, we can. I think we as a group should get rid of Azra and interacting with our party. That's just. That's too much work for not enough in the pot. Oh my goodness gracious me. No. No, yeah. No, bye-bye. She gotta go. That's
Riley, your chuckle.
Sorry, man, we're giving away the person who's took care of you.
No, yeah. I mean, I don't blame you.
Holy fucking shit.
As a player, I'm like, fucking get rid of her.
Yeah. Sarin, when Sarin comes back and communicates that to everyone.
Everyone's gonna be like,
We're all just gonna have a group be like,
no, she
Yeah.
can't stay.
yeah.
Bye-bye.
We could send her on a mission to go with Aaron or something, and
Yeah, go take
go hang
care
out
of
with
the
Aaron's
underground.
character and go hang out underground and gather information that way. Or
Wait,
something.
Aaron? Do I have to say
I mean,
this?
Aiden's character,
No.
sorry. Aiden, go hang out with Aiden.
No, that's not my point.
I know.
Why does
No.
why,
You know, you're just gonna.
I already got to take care of Lady Luck.
Ozzy's
I
gonna
don't
just
want
show
her
up
there.
one day and be like, they sent me to you, and be like,
No!
yeah! But
Oh my goodness me.
the problem, yeah, we have to figure out something out as a group with that because
There's nothing to figure. It's just goodbye.
No, I mean as a group because the derailing has to be dealt with one way or another.
If we as characters cannot know how the job that we completed went, there is no point to keep this person around who is actively keeping the information from us
So
to create trust.
hold on, wait. So okay,
Well, we've stopped at this point.
okay. So let's think about this rationally and logically.
Okay.
From at this point, and from everybody's perspective, we as players are in more than one way fed up with Azra and her behaviors. As characters, we as characters have not made any progress with her as a character.
Yeah.
Thunnel still doesn't trust her. Nobody else in the group has made any moves to try to talk to her, to try to understand her since Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Not one person has. She is still, from her perspective, on the same level that she was always has been with the group, because no one has made any moves in that regard. When we all said we all should do that. So before we go kicking her to the curb, which I understand why. Genuinely, I do. I'm just as fed up with the behaviors as everybody else is. However, it's almost that's a little irrational and reactive because of how we're feeling about it. Let's talk to her as characters. We need to talk to her as characters. The only people who have tried has been Aaron and Garion. And Garion only shifted her off to somebody else.
Well, I tortured her, so I'm not exactly an option. I feel like
But you can try. You can try.
Honestly,
You can try.
She had a girlfriend that was attached to Zon Guthen. It's not like torture is completely out of her repertoire.
And she
So
follows
it's not that
Calistera.
you can't. It's a matter of things being selective.
The problem lies in how the actions the character of Azra has taken reflect to the characters in game.
Yes.
Why would we make attempts when? Why are we going to be the first persons to have to reach out when, one, you, leader of this group, alongside her, she forcefully kept you out. She was like, no, you're not coming in here because I want you to trust me. She didn't say the I want you to trust me part. She just kept you out.
And then snuck out the back.
And then not leaving to see you afterwards, she just dipped out the back door.
Okay.
She was going to break into a sorcerer you guys had just met's home in attempts to stop Jessamine from what she was doing, and you had to actively try to convince her to not do that.
To be fair, she was never going to break in, but she was going to ensure her safety and security.
Yeah, but that's not something that Ozra the character has communicated. It's only something that someone with a plus 97 to sense motive can even somewhat glean. We as players know nothing about Ozra because there's a wall that's constantly up that none of us really want to push through because of the actions that have been taken. It's difficult to want to take that first step. And I mean, it was difficult for Aaron to even try to take that first step when it happened. But I'd imagine it even more so for everyone else who's had a more combative and apathetic relationship with them. It's challenging to see any action that's taken where information is kept from us actively as a way to form trust between us moving forward, or to test trust, or to gauge trust. Why is trust needing to be tested when trust has already been betrayed in the past? Of course we're not going to trust you.
No.
Because you have been untrustworthy.
And even if we as a group and party have been untrustworthy too, with each other, with our actions and how we interact. I mean, we can go as far back as the previous city we were in. So,
well, I mean, one thing to think about too, I mean, I know she backdoored us and everything like that, but we also don't know where she's going. We also don't know what she has planned after. She may go straight back to the inn, still give all the information, and...
Right.
But where does that leave Seren? Seren doesn't know where she went. She doesn't know what was said. She was kept out, and they didn't even care that you were pounding on that door for minutes.
But also, like, Seren's not stupid. Seren is quite observant, and she's been watching how Ozra acts this whole time. And albeit noticed that Jacob is a little the way Jacob is too. So that's why she handled Jacob the way that she handled him. But it doesn't escape Seren that this is a reoccurring thing, but it also doesn't escape Seren all the other things that have been told to her by Aaron, by Gary and by Thonal, like all these things that are having to do with her. And at the end of the day, I feel like Seren is going to notice a pattern, and she's going to want to break it. She's going to notice how things are being handled and that they're repetitively being handled the same way, and it's not working. So something needs to change.
For me as a character, he's going to have an issue with her leaving you by yourself, though.
Yeah.
It is.
For somebody who actively knows that we are being hunted,
we're in constant
and to
danger.
literally leave you by yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say
is going to severely bother the living shit out of
I'm not saying that should not be addressed. What I'm saying is we need to address this with her and not like attack her with this. Like we need to ask why that was the case and hear her out.
The other problem with it is though is that we have as a group actively put ourselves in danger to save her countless fucking times.
And that is a point that can be made to her.
We had a conversation.
Yeah,
about
what is it
her
going to take?
being a part of this group. If she was going to be with us, she has to work with us. That was that whole conversation about her girlfriend going missing and Zon-Kazan lying to her.
And all of this can be brought up in the conversation that we have with her. We just need to make sure that it's a conversation and not a full-on confrontational attack by the group to her.
It's difficult because, like, at what point?
I agree with Aaron.
Yeah. At what point when we have the conversation, is it going to be enough? Is it when we had the conversation in the last city, and it still turned out to be dangerous for us? Is it the conversation that we had in the underground, where now she's done and continued this behavior? Is it the conversation that we're going to be having in the future because she's left you behind alone? She's put us in danger so many times.
Correct.
Even in her own subspace that she took us to, we were still in danger.
But what I'm saying is this needs to be like, if this is we're gonna have this conversation, this needs to be the conversation to have. Meaning, if this is the crossroads for Azura. If she truly cannot change and really truly like learn to put herself out there with the group and understand where the group is coming from, as well as us trying to actively understand where she is coming from too. That needs to be done too.
How many second chances?
But hold on, listen, hear me out. If that doesn't happen, the first moment anybody gets a suspicion, it doesn't matter. Like, she's gone. The person, whoever has a suspicion, can feel free to do whatever the hell they want with her. They can go beat her ass. They can go whatever. They can go betray her. Do whatever the hell you want. If you want her gone, because that's what the group decided on. And I don't think anyone's going to have an issue with that, because that's what has been decided. Like, at the end of the day, like, we're giving you one last chance. As a group, we're giving you one last final chance. The moment anybody, as an individual character, catches you slipping, that individual has a right to do whatever the hell they want.
I also want to make a point as well. It does have to be done in RP. You're a hired gun. You're a hired gun. You don't know anything.
I don't know anything.
So the only three characters that are going to have an opinion is Seren, Thunnel, and Jessamine.
I mean,
and I
Garen's
get
gonna have an opinion,
frustration.
but he's still hired. He's now hired.
Yeah, but he's hired, and he's true neutral, so he's not going to carry either way.
I'm gonna have an opinion.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
It's gonna come into
Experiences
play.
give opinions.
Yeah.
I get that, but at the same
I
time,
can make a choice to be blindingly good if I want to,
This
or
is
the
true.
other way around.
But I'm just saying, you do get paid though. So
Yeah, there's only so far money goes.
Yeah, there's not a point to where
Money isn't everything. First I'm a chosen of Sarenrae. Let's be fair here. I know, but first that's what I am, and then I'm paid by the group. So there's two priorities above you guys, and she's stepped on quite a few of them, and then I've tortured her. So we're not exactly on.
Well,
it's
I would
just
say
difficult that this is the second chance.
It is, but if we make this permanently the last chance, discussed as a group instead of all we're gonna do it one more time and see what happens, like okay, that's it, we're done. I agree with Jerica at this point. We're done. This is it. You just fucked off again and left one of your party members alone and put them in danger for no other reason than just because you wanted to fuck off again. So that's cool. We're gonna have a conversation about that, and the next time you do anything we're like, what the fuck are you doing? Then that's great. Next time you come back, it's gone. We're gonna have your gear sitting for you, everything, and be like, have a good day. And if you want to fight, cool. All of us are gonna fight you. But if not, have a good day.
It was lovely working with you.
Like, it was great. We tried. We're great. We're gonna figure this out on our own because we can't have a rocking stream.
Well, One thing we also could, because she has this tendency to walk off on her own anyway.
Oh, I know, and then think that
Then
she's
why
doing
not-
us a solid.
Why not give her missions where she can kind of.
She's not going to listen to any mission. She's too
Oh,
smart
yeah.
for that.
It's not even, she's not going to listen to that anyway. And even if she does, and that's fine, and that does work to a certain degree. The minute she gets curious about other stuff, she's just going to go stealth and follow us. She's proven a pattern for what she wants to do, and that's fine. That pattern as a character has stayed solid. The actions as a character have not faltered. Like, there's no about her ways and the way that character was built. So, and we just have to, that is the way the character's been presented to us. So, we have to work with that.
It'll just become a point where
There'll be a
it
limit.
cannot interfere with information that we get.
Yes.
That is important to our job
Correct.
here.
Correct.
If it comes a point where there is something that she goes out of her way to keep or hide,
omit,
there's
anything.
no reason.
Correct.
There is no reason to say, hey, you're traveling with us anymore.
And at that
you
point,
can follow,
yeah,
but we're going to be talking to people, and you're not going to be
part of the
part
group
of us.
doing it. Yes, you can do your own singular thing outside of us. That's agreed. That's agreed.
Yeah.
And if that NPC wants to hang around, that NPC can. You're right.
It's just not. It cannot be associated with us anymore.
Correct. I will agree with you, but we still have to.
Yeah.
I will agree with Jericho. We got to get one more round of this.
Yeah, we need, and like I said, we need to have a discussion,
Yep.
a conversation. We cannot all of us go at her as a group and be like, what the fuck?
To Donald's point, 3 of you should do it.
Well,
initially. We all as a
either
group
way,
need to do
like-
it, but you three of you should lead it.
Correct, and I'm just saying, like, the whoever's gonna be doing the talking, like,
Yes.
at the end of the day, it needs to be held on neutral terms. Like,
Correct.
like she needs to be able to talk to and express herself and be understood and be heard and be validated just like everybody else.
Yep.
And if we can just try to find a happy medium between her and the rest of the group, because we haven't found it yet. Because, like I said, it hasn't been that long since Aaron left. It hasn't been that long since Aaron had that conversation with her. It's not like it's been months on months. It's been days.
Yeah. No, you're right.
Like, it's not like we just magically earned her fucking trust. I'm not surprised by this action. That's why Seren reacted the way that she did. She's not surprised by this.
Not being surprised, but and accepting it are two different
Yeah,
things
it's
my point of view.
I'm not accepting this.
Okay.
Like, this is a this is one of those things like, she did this again.
Gotcha,
But
okay.
it's one of those things like, I'm not getting mad at this because now I understand. It's built on an understanding because like, Aaron didn't go telling anybody else what he knew about
That's true.
Azura. He
That's true.
told Seren.
No, you're right.
So Seren has to react with this information already in her head, like knowing that Azura has a vulnerability. Azura has a sensitive point.
Okay.
Like, I can't just go reacting and being all upset and going rah rah rah. Like, no.
You are right. You're
Like
right.
there's a way to go about this, and I have to sit here and try to guide the group to be like, listen, we need to go about this in a different way.
But it does need to be a point made where, yeah, we'll have that conversation about trust, but if this happens again, no.
Agreed.
It's not happening again.
No, I totally agree with you.
You can have that conversation about trust, and she can say, well, I still don't trust you guys, and we can say, what will it take? And she can say nothing. And if this keeps going on, what's the point? We're climbing up a mountain where the summit keeps climbing ahead of us.
Exactly, and I understand. Trust me, I get it. I'm just saying Rome was not built in a day. We're taking situations that have happened very close together, and we're getting frustrated with events that have happened in a string of time that's not a lot. The time frame has not been long. It's just been a lot of shit that's happened in that little itty bitty time frame that's pissed us off.
I mean,
So-
there was still stuff in like the original town,
Right,
going
and
up and then going to her subspace, going back to the asylum.
Right, but what I'm saying is like, how do I put this?
it's only really been like maybe a month since we've gotten back from when we got Gary and got out of the asylum.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it hasn't been that long. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, there is a series of shit that's happened in a small amount of time that would make anybody frustrated.
Yeah.
And we just need to approach this in a different way. Like, we're approaching things in a reactive way right now, and we cannot be reactive with this. Like, not with it. At least my character can't.
Well, and to that point also, we're having whole discussions about what we want to do as a group, as a party, and but then we're including Azura as an afterthought. Well, which we have to do because she's not in the group chat with us as a DM. So that makes it difficult as well, because at the last point we're planning this grand plan with a character that isn't really involved in the planning of the grand plan, and her actions, whether she knows it or whether Azra knows it or not, completely disrupts what we have already planned out to do. And that's where I think Aiden's difficulty comes in on
the danger inherent in letting it continue without giving an ultimatum is too high.
Yes.
We need to lay down, hey, we'll have this conversation about trust. Hey, what'll it take? Hey, we're willing to take the steps. But if this comes to a point where you put someone in danger again, there's no walking up for that. There's no trying to hit the finish line anymore.
Right.
We have to draw that line. Sure, like, hey, there hasn't been that conversation going on, but there's not a lot of times where we have moments to discuss it. We don't have time or at least what's available to us to sit down and be like, let's kumbaya, let's sit around, let's huddle up, let's figure out how we can keep this bridge between us built. But if the other person is actively doing things to take nails out of it.
I understand.
So I think we've decided that we're going to go back and we're going to have this conversation.
Yep.
Because that's obviously number one priority.
Yeah. It cannot
go on.
And I'm saying this as a player. It cannot put any of our characters in danger anymore.
Correct.
It is not worth putting our characters in danger anymore.
Correct.
Just to get nowhere.
Because, I mean, we don't even know who killed the original person in that one city.
We don't know who killed Winter.
Nope.
No, I mean the other one. Because wasn't there 8 in originally when we left that city? Because one of them got killed while we were there.
7. I told you there
was
was
7.
Oh, the 7, yeah.
One of them got killed while we were there.
Yeah, that's true. One of them got when we were there.
So, we don't know about that.
So,
the only one who saw the body.
So, okay. So, all right. So.
That's a solid point.
Right. So, we, as players, are going to have our characters formulate a conversation with Azura.
Mm-hmm.
And my character is going to heavily stress that it is not an attack. Like, well, yes, but at the end of the day, I don't want, like, here's what I don't want. I do not want Azura to come back to the group to a bunch of grumpy, pissed off faces waiting to just be like, what the fuck? Like, who are just pissed off.
So justified, though.
Like, but
so justifiably angry.
Yes, justifiably so, but at the end of the day, the only ones who should be justifiably angry,
yes,
honestly, angry is me and Thunnel.
Sure.
Yeah.
Like, justifiably so. We have been dealing with Azura for the longest. Out of this entire campaign, we've been dealing with Azura for the longest.
Yes.
So the only people who should really be absolutely 1000% fed up at this point is Thunnel and Sarit.
Oh yeah, me as a character, I'm not gonna know what's going on, and I'm going to want to leave the room because the energy is gonna be way too harsh.
And in a month, my character broke himself and became just hello.
Yeah. So, like, it's a matter of making sure that Azura is being, at this point for me, it's a matter of making sure that Azura is being understood and heard and validated as well, because she is still also a person who's a member of the group.
Alright. Oh.
Like, we have to make sure that she's being heard. Like, yes, we can bring up an issue to her, but if she has something to say back, we need to make sure that it's understood. And our point's understood as well.
Here's my question, because it is 12 o'clock. Did you guys want to have the time to, like, orchestrate this conversation as a group cohesively before you go into speaking to Oz? Or do you just want to try and have that conversation tonight before we call it?
I
don't care what we choose to do. It's just you guys as a group.
I feel like we should have it tonight.
There's more that we wanted to
it's
get
not
done.
even just that. I'm not here next week.
Yeah, we're gonna have this conversation tonight.
So it
I
needs
would
to
do
be.
it tonight.
It needs to be tonight.
Well, we still have everything fresh in our brains for what
Yes.
we're doing with
Okay.
this.
Should we take like a 15-minute powwow?
Yes, probably. Probably
Okay.
yes. At least a 10, 15 minutes to discuss what we're gonna do, how we're gonna have this conversation,
Yeah.
who's gonna lead it, how we intend to discuss if she lies to us, if we catch her lying to us too, because there might be that as well.
Mhm.
We have to respond to what our characters are gonna do if we get caught lying. If we're just gonna be like, hey, so let's give it a good rundown, and we should probably just do it one at a time. First off, just to feel how we all feel about this first, since we've all been throwing ourselves. So, Red, how do you feel about the situation as it is? Jericho. So, Red, you know.
Very quick, like 2 minutes.
Like,
Yeah, it's okay. It'll be quick.
wait.
How do you feel about the situation with Azra as it is?
Like, what do you believe would be the most constructive talking points that your character would want to communicate to the group? Or not even to the group. To Thunnel, in regards to what happened, and then to Azra, in regards to how we can even move forward.
Okay. So, in regards to this situation, knowing what my character knows, she would talk to Thunnel and tell him what happened. However, she would heavily stress like what Aaron has said about Azra and try to like get him to approach this with that level of understanding. Like, understandably so, he's pissed. I get it. But there is a level of understanding that needs to be had from everybody else too. Like, this is just where her wisdom would come in at this point. Like, she'd just be trying to make the wiser decision, because at the end of the day, she's not going to want Azra as an enemy.
No, none of us do.
None of us do, but us pissing her off and us shunning her and taking her away, like, who knows what the fuck that's going to do.
Yeah.
If there's a difference
Like,
between
I don't-
shunning and then saying, hey, these are our boundaries.
Is she going to know the difference?
We're going to have to communicate that. You
And
can say, hey,
yes,
this is not
is
us
true, but-
kicking you to the curb. You need to know this, we can't let you do this again.
Correct.
For our safety, for everyone's safety in this group, you can't be doing that again.
Right.
It doesn't need to be like a, hey, knock that off. It needs to be a, this is where we're putting our foot down here and saying, hey, we either need to get this fixed or there's not going to be a we moving forward.
Right. So, I mean, at the end of the day, she would just want to stress the points of just making sure everyone is validated, making sure everything is on equal footing for everybody, for it to work together for everybody as a whole right now. Because, like, we all need each other. We need her for her information and everything else that she can provide. And just you know, she's an ally at this sort of, at this point, you know.
Money.
So it's better to just have it at that level.
Donald? And
I really don't have anything to add. Donald's already expressed to you exactly how he feels about her.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's either going to be standing with us or underneath us. That he's not going to change on that standpoint. As far as going at her with understanding, it's not going to be Donald.
Yeah.
So ultimately, it's going to have to be you. Because he ain't going to do it. She's already killed me twice.
Fuck me.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
That is, can I just say that is crazy that we're willing to have a conversation with someone who's killed you twice?
Again, it's a mute point at this time. But
Only in D&D, folks.
Okay.
Funnel
Alright.
he doesn't have anything to add. She needs to make the decision. He's okay with whatever the outcome is, because either way, he's going to keep doing the path that we're supposed to be doing, with or without her.
Looks like we got a consensus.
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
Alright.
as everyone knows where I'm coming from as a player. It's just it is dangerous to give her
I think
wiggle room.
Yeah, I think everyone's aware of the danger, but this has to happen in RP.
Yeah, it needs. If there's no change in how actions occur, there is nothing more that we should try to do. It's not that there's nothing more that we can try to do.
I see your point.
There's nothing more that we should try to do.
I think we should also just stress, like, hey, we are doing this as a party and as a group, and should you be a part of it,
Right.
should you choose to be a part of it, like, we need to do this together.
Yeah.
And, you know, have people involved in conversations so we don't feel excluded and we don't feel like you're hiding information.
Thank you. That's what I
Yeah.
mean. Keep, however you want to phrase it, like, we need to keep the conversation inclusive of everybody.
We want you in. Trust me, we want you in here.
Like,
but if you're in here, you can't be doing the things you were doing when you felt like you were out.
Well, we just gotta tell her to keep up the buddy system, like always. And when it comes to discussions about,
You guys are off with the buddy system.
Not even that. We have to say you cannot.
There's a buddy system?
We cannot be exclusive in what information you share or don't share when it comes to things that concern everyone. If it comes to jobs, tasks, quests, however you want to put it. But just stressing the point that either you're in this and you'll tell us how to help you get in this, or you don't want to share and you'll continue doing what you're doing, and we're not going to be able to move forward professionally.
Correct.
Right. And to be honest and fair, out of game, Jess may need to be damage control.
That's fine.
Like, you may need to smooth things over and try to get her, because she's going to trust you better than anybody else.
Yeah.
So you may need to be the one to kind of, like, after the talk, try to, like, either try to keep her on the right track or try to talk to her and be like, listen, give it a shot.
mm-hmm.
Try. Do, like, pull her out of her shell a little bit, you know what I mean? So that can also be helpful as well. But is it just going to be Funnel and I talking, or do you want, like, do we want, like, we don't want everybody sitting in the room, right?
We definitely want everybody there, but there doesn't need to be, everyone doesn't need to talk. Because that's a rough situation. If you walk into a room and everyone was like, all right, sit down.
Yeah,
we're all going to go one by one at you.
No,
like,
I don't want an interrogation.
You could call Aaron.
I think we go back to nowhere.
He's still in the city.
Maybe the rest of us can be in the room and, like, playing cards or something in the general vicinity, but the people talking, and like we can hear the conversation, not like you're trying to hide it, but I think the people talking should be you.
Yeah. And I do mean that, like, I didn't mean that, like, even as an offhand, like, joke comment.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron is still in the city. When I mean, and Bryn, you can attest to this, when we talked about leaving him behind, you mentioned the point that it is as though, feasibly, RP-wise, you can play two characters.
You could.
Okay.
That is a lifeline that, if needed, you can have.
I think that would be a lifeline that would be nice to have for this, to be fair.
We'll see, because I don't want to bombard her. I don't want to, like, again, we already have people talking to her. Like, I don't want Aaron coming in and then be like, why is he here? What the fuck's going on?
I think it should be you and Funnel.
Yeah.
Specifically because you are the leaders of the group.
Yeah, agreed.
And this specific situations have happened to you and have happened to Funnel.
It's just like a bunch of chairs in a room, and we hire like a therapist. It's like
no. Oh my God, no.
Osro,
she just bolted.
The people in this room love you so much.
We ain't trying to scare her off.
And this is
right.
This behavior cannot continue.
No. All right. So we'll just head back to the inn, and we'll trust her to come back first. We'll trust her to come back, and when she comes back, we will have a conversation. Donald and I will have a conversation, but in the meantime, I will be having a conversation with Donald about all of this. Yes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We will see.
Yes.
I'm gonna take a walk. Because, yeah, it's true.
All right. So, we're heading back. I'm heading back to the inn.
Okay.
And
Everybody is pretty much headed back or is already back besides you and Oz.
okay.
You're just walking straight there, right?
Don't you say excuse me though?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna head to the inn. When I get there, can I? Wait, no, I'm not gonna do that because I'm just gonna go find. Yeah, I'm gonna try to find Thon. I was gonna get a drink, but it's like no, it's just better to do this right now. I'm gonna go find Thonal.
Okay.
Where are you at?
I'm probably upstairs in the room, playing with a blue lotus leaf.
All right. So, come in. I'm just gonna sit down next to you.
She left you hanging, didn't she?
Yeah. We got to the place, shut the door, nothing was said from what I heard or could tell. And I just waited outside the door for her to come out, and next thing you know, Jacob comes out, says she snuck out the back, or went out the back entrance. So, I mean, this is typical fashion of her, I suppose.
Of course. How do you want to go about it? Because you already know my opinion.
I do.
And that stance hasn't really changed. And she, out of everyone, knows our situation probably better than we do. And yet, she's so concerned about Jessamine's safety that she's willing to leave one of us behind.
Yeah, but she has a past. She has a past that probably made her that way. And while it may not have had her form the best habits, it seemed to have protected her from whatever she's dealing with and whatever she's running with from this long. Of course. So whatever she does for herself is working for her now, but what we need to do is make sure that she understands that we're on her side, like really on her side. And while I know you're not like 1000% on her side, I get it, I understand, but she is in this group. And if we're asking for her to trust us, we have to start doing things and approaching things differently.
Well, speaking for myself, I've already extended that branch.
I guess it's my turn then.
Yeah, because I extended that branch. I told her I was going to trust her even though I really don't want to. And I did. I gave her a task. And you went with her, she abandoned you, and didn't relay any information. And is now fuck off anywhere, stealing, killing, doing whatever Ozra fucking does. So, yeah, I would say it's your turn now, because this has to be the last time, you know that, right?
Yeah, I know.
Because if it's not, I really would hate to resort to violence.
Yeah, I'd hate for you to resort to violence too, because I don't know which one of you would win from that one.
Probably her, but I don't think the rest of the people are gonna stand by and just let her kill me.
No.
So.
I don't want a freaking civil war amongst this group. We need to work together with all this shit.
Oh, I 100% agree. And I will be there to support you. I do wish you the best of luck convincing her. Because it seems the only thing she responds to is force, aggression, and threats. Reasoning hasn't really worked in the past. So maybe your reasoning will do better than the rest of us.
Maybe.
You know I got your back. No matter what.
Yeah.
Probably should bring in Jessamine too, since she's kind of on the softer side when it comes to Azura.
This is true.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to head?
Yeah, that might be a good idea before I deal with all of this. Alright. So, that being said, is there a point where I can tell, does Azura come back at all?
Not that you can tell yet. I mean, your conversation didn't really last that long, and by the time you walking out the front and her walking out the back just then and then wasn't too much of a time difference. So depending on what route she's taking, you know, if she's coming back here or wherever she's going next, depends on how long things could take. But you're not sure, unfortunately.
I mean, we can just hang out.
Yeah, we may not necessarily have a choice, because I don't think going to look for her is the smartest idea either. Not with the way she hides.
Going around and looking seems to never go well with us either.
True.
You know. So.
Maybe about 15-20 minutes go by. And she'd kind of walk back in the front doors. Small little envelope in hand and kind of walk up to the bar. Pay like a lump sum of money. It's not like an excessive amount, but it's a decent amount. And then kind of just hand over an envelope and go sit downstairs. And the person walks out from behind the bar, walks upstairs, knocks and slides it underneath you guys' door.
Okay, I'm gonna grab it and open the envelope.
Okay. It briefly goes into essentially Jacob being Jacob. It breaks down what he thinks is happening. He understands how you guys think that it could be potentially the wood that was affected.
Mhm.
But he has seen other instances of which it seems like an extract of some sort or an elixir of some sort. So there are potentially two different ways that these barrels are either being imported, shipped, tarnished, whatever word you want to use for it. It seems like there's two separate ways that it could potentially be happening. Whether or not they are associated with the same company, he is unsure of. He hasn't checked the freights like that. You know, him and his family kind of worry about their own thing. But he at least tells you that from a local shop maker, he does source his wood from them. And he has had no problems. And the entire time him and his family have been buying wood from the generations and generations. So, as far as that individual goes, there's been nothing wrong with them. They've been, from your understanding, chopping, deconstructing, and putting together their own like panels and stuff like that for a long, long time. you're also not sure, not that he thinks that it's plausible, but again, just talking options, it could be an enchantment. So enchantments can be broken. Also runes can be broken. So if some are held under particular spells or stuff like that within like a vicinity, that could be also what's affecting those barrels. Is if they're being served from a particular point. Again, they're all just different theories considering he doesn't directly trade like that. It's all him and his family that produce and do all of it. So as far as the direct ties or connections, it's a little hazy. The one person that he does bring up though is one of the person, or one of the people that was on that list of 7.
Okay.
Maylene Tovar, which was the scribe. It kind of brings into his suspicions of thinking Maylene has had a hand, essentially, in determining what goods are imported and exported out of the city. Even though they're a scribe, they help budget, finance, and control certain aspects or certain trades of the district. What those trades are, again, he's not entirely sure. Of course, government officials are going to do shit under the radar. But without putting himself in any more trouble, essentially that's what he is willing to tell you. Is that this Maylene Tovar, he believes, is one of the direct connections to the import and export within this city at least. And the possible access points of how it can happen.
Well, we can't press that nail directly, can we? I wonder how many strings are attached to it.
Well, Maylene's on the list. It'd be best to just.
Okay.
If Maylene is on the list, he's got a point.
I'm going to
Start it up from there.
I'm gonna sit next to you and like in a lower voice because I know how well you can hear. I'm gonna read the letter, just so that way it keeps out of earshot of everybody in the room.
Consider it.
So that way you know what it says.
Appreciate that.
But afterwards, so this is interesting news. An extract?
I mean, I guess it's not impossible given what we found at the docks.
That's true.
But for being an extract, I don't think what we found at the docks was that. It was in way too much of mass quantity.
True, but they could have broken it down or used. That could have been just a piece of the puzzle.
True.
This Maylene Talvor. Wasn't that one of the names that was on that list?
Yeah, that was the scribe, wasn't it?
Yep.
So the other thing that's interesting is that other town, most of those people seem almost zombified. I guess if it's an extract, maybe, I don't know, maybe its intended purpose isn't to control. Maybe alter.
Maybe. All I know is now I have even more of a motive and reason to smooth things over with Azura. Because she would know this better than anyone.
Yeah. So am I following you? Or are we bringing her up here?
No, there's no need to bring her up there. We can go to her.
Okay. I'm assuming Jessamine's back?
So, to be fair,
I'm also there.
slightly out of game, extracts, and as long as you're not assuming extracts are the same extracts that we're dealing with in real life, extracts in Pathfinder work by quite a few ways, but one of the main ways they can do is by duplicating and replicating high level spells. So you have to think about the amount that would be required to just get the effect of what they were looking for.
Suggestion.
If an extract is something as simple as a bottle this big and all it takes is a quick little to get what they need out of it.
That's why I said it's a piece of the puzzle.
Correct. They could have 12 people with these just going around going to the barrels and going, and you'd have some poison barrels ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So extracts work. So there could be
like you remember Good Burger? You remember?
So
you remember the?
So I just wanted to add it. Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
pretty much what it is. They added that little drop of serum, and all of a sudden the burger's like boom.
Yes.
Technically, also, I know she said that this has to do with the Malene Tovar deals with the imports and exports.
Correct.
But it doesn't necessarily have to. It could be imported in this way.
No, I'm aware.
Yeah, or once it gets imported in, it can be tampered with in the city.
I'm imagining the extract is probably an activator, like you're probably driving at right there, because they wouldn't be even if the mass quantities of it being produced in this barrel are probably stupid. But the idea of it being shipped while poisoned is also stupid. Yeah. But the idea of it coming in and then just being activated here and filled and shipped back out again isn't bad, because they're not going to test it and find it in the alcohol at that point. The barrels they might be able to find the extract sprayed into, but the alcohol, once it's diluted into, they wouldn't. So whatever purpose it's serving, you're not probably too far off the mark on how that works.
So they're oh yeah, go ahead.
But we'd have to get that extract tested.
Is it possible they're using
Wait, we already have.
some type of we already have the extract though.
We already put it in the damn thing, we just never went back.
This is just in my office.
Okay, we need to really go check.
But is it possible they're using some type of like extract that they're in with an enchantment that's activating it?
Yes. Yeah.
Like they're making it with it in it.
Yeah.
And then when it gets there,
no, that's another idea. True.
Is activating it.
No, he's got a point. It could just be a quick activation word that kicks it off, and once it's gone, it's gone. It's activated and gone. It could literally be replicating a spell that's waiting for a keyword. That's another way, because it's a spell replication. As an extract, you're right. It could work that way too. The problem is with extracts, you could do a dozen different fucking things with them.
But either way, we still need to talk to Azura.
Correct.
Yes.
We need to get that done.
Sorry, I just wanted to break it. It's not like extracts here. They're wildly different.
Where is she downstairs still?
She's downstairs in the back barn.
Okay.
She's about a quarter of the way through a really cheap bottle.
A really cheap bottle?
A really cheap bottle.
She wants to get fucked up.
Ouch.
Yeah. Like I'm talking like a silver piece, like.
And that ain't like Azura.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the bar and buy something better. Like significantly better. And I'm gonna walk back over to the table and just say, do you mind if I sit down?
Go ahead.
And sit down. I'm not sure how well you take apologies, but here's more of a peace offering than anything. I'm just gonna slide her over the alcohol. I realized that knocking on the door, like the way I was, probably wasn't the better option to do. So I just sat and waited outside for you. And then Jacob told me that you slipped out the back entrance. Is there a reason why you decided to slip out the back entrance instead of come back and tell me what happened or what was said?
People saw me walk out or walk in the front. It's not always great to walk out the place you came in.
Just in case someone sees you.
Or you get hunted or trapped or yeah.
I suppose that makes sense. But
it's something that just kinda got ingrained in me.
So it was more instinctual then?
In that instance, yeah.
Did you forget that you had somebody in your party with you? Or did you kind of just never mind that little fact?
It was instinctual. In the moment, I can't tell you. It I realized how much I could lose. And I'm not okay with that.
Do you mind if I ask you to elaborate on that?
Are you there? She's not gonna budge.
Do you glance at that tunnel at all?
She would, and she'd kind of think about it for a minute. She would just kind of like look back down for a moment and just kind of adjust, pour herself some more of the really cheap shit. And just go. Again, it was just instinctual. Me walking out back is just what I was always taught to do.
Okay. I'm gonna sense motive to glance at tunnel because I think that would be the better. I think that would be the role of it to do. Not bad. So third. So 31.
She's still very skeptical and reserved about it. You're not sure exactly what happened. But it seemed like whatever did happen was part of a catalyst or a trigger. It wasn't like a cataclysmic event, but it was one of those where it was impactful enough that it switched her into autopilot. And her autopilot has always been work alone, don't be followed, in and out.
Okay. I, on a personal level, cannot begin to imagine what it is that you have gone through. I don't need you to tell me either. Unless you want to, but I don't need you to. But I would like you to understand and realize that we do want you here as part of this group. And did you bluff roll me or something?
Ooh.
The secret clickety clacks.
You now have a dagger in your back.
I also want you to be able to have some sort of trust in at least me. I can't ask you to trust everybody as a group. I know you trust Jessamine. I can't ask you to trust everybody else wholeheartedly like that. But I am asking that you would just open up a little bit. Not a lot. I'm not trying to. You don't need to tell me your life story. I'm not trying to hear all of that, unless you want to tell me. Again, I don't want you to feel like you have to do anything. However, it being with a group of people, it is necessary that you at least let the other person know where exactly you were going, in that moment, it could be more dangerous for everybody. While I'm not doubting that you can handle yourself, I'm more or less. I guess I'm wondering, do you really want to work with us as a group? It's okay if you don't. It really is okay. I don't want to force you to do something you don't want to do. Because, again, I want you here.
If I didn't want to do it, I'd leave.
Fair enough. May I ask that May I ask if there's anything that we can do as a group to try to help you feel more comfortable with us? It's not okay. Because it's not okay because I can't stop anyone from reacting to any actions that are being done. And we just ask that
we need to demand that we draw a line saying that she does not do this anymore.
Yes.
We can't request it of her because she's broken requests in the past. There needs to be an ultimatum here. We can't just be like, hey, what can we do to make you more comfortable about not doing that? We need to tell her we cannot have you doing that. She might not like that, but we also do not like having party members left based on instinct.
Yeah.
I can't say it's going to sit kindly, or it does sit kindly with the rest of the group. That you left a party member by themselves. That's, again, like I said, a danger to everyone. I don't want to see anything happen to anybody in this group. Is there a way that I can get you to ask me or to get you to tell me if you're going to if you're going to do that again? Because I can't have you just leave like that again.
I can't just not react. I've sat here and told you it was instinctual. I can't make you believe me.
Nope, that's not enough.
I can't say that it won't be reactional. That's something I learned over practically the past 100 years.
And we can't do that. We can't have that in the. That's not something that we can abide by.
It's not a party.
That is an individual doing things.
Yeah.
I can understand that perspective. However, the actions that you do affect us regardless. something could have happened to me and I can't tell you what the rest of the group would have done. Personally. I can't even tell you if Jessamine would be happy with you. I can't say she'd be happy with the information like that you left. Because we're supposed to be a group. She's starting to form bonds with the people of this group. I don't want to see you put in a position where you have to choose. I don't want to see you two getting into a fight. You guys have come this far together. And no one's asking for full trust. But I do understand the group needs to be a little bit more lenient as well, but they have their reasons for not being so. Especially Thunnel. He kind of did kill him twice.
You'd think the first time would be a deal
I
breaker
don't
for
know.
most people. No, but he let it happen twice, and then we kept going with it.
So,
He came back alive.
but
It's called being a masochist, buddy.
Once more, the forge of creation.
I can understand how special a bond that you and Jess have. I don't want to see that tarnished. And I don't want to see anybody hurt. I don't want to see you choose, and I don't want to see her choose. You don't have to sit here and do any of this for us. But you can do it for her. The very person you snuck off to go protect. You can try for her. I'm not asking for miracles from anybody, honestly. All I'm asking is for everyone to try. And I don't think anybody has given anyone a fair chance.
What do you think?
For me, my issue is you leaving Serene by yourself. I get it. Instincts and everything, but
I understand why you're upset.
my problem is at what point do your instincts outweigh us? When push comes to shove, are you going to run?
I hope not to. But I would be lying if I would tell either of you that I want to take her and run. As far as I could, just to get her safe. I don't care what would happen to me in the end, but
The problem is that it's a lot bigger than that. You know that.
I know.
It's not just the seven of us just against this great evil. They're attempting to destroy the world. It's beyond us at this point. I understand wanting to protect Jessamine, I really do. But I don't even know what we're doing anymore. What? We're protecting a world that we don't even know if these are real bodies. But yet for some reason we choose to keep pushing forward. And we're doing our best to include you a part of that. Because no matter how much you don't want to be a part of this whole situation, you're a piece just as much as we are. And right now, we're trying to beat the game master.
Are you telling her the truth?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no lying there.
When it comes down to it, I'll try. But her, just like I would for any of you, I'd lay my life on the line for. And if that meant that I walked into that danger first and faced it, then that was that. I know it's every sense of the word suicidal. I know it's completely irrational and unstable.
See, and I get it. It's a noble act. Sacrificing oneself for the greater good of everybody else here, but that's not what we're trying to get at. We have to face this together. Whether that means we all walk into the lion's den together and die together, then so be it. Because I hate to tell you, you running off and dying is not going to stop us from going into the lion's den. We're just going to keep going.
Even if you...
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, even if you take Jessamine and run... I know, right?
Please, after you.
Come on. Even if you take Jessamine and run, if you care about the rest of the group, just like you say, you just said you would lay your life down. He's right. At the end of the day, Clara's still out there. At the end of the day, your parents are still out there. At the end of the day, we still have our shit to deal with, and we're going to deal with it.
Come hell or high water.
It would be a lot better for everyone involved if we all work together. And we have to communicate. We have to...
By hell or high water?
That was what you got out of that?
Hold on, wait.
He said a little offhanded comment of hell or high water?
What did everything in the envelope say?
Oh.
I mean, you used to have it on you.
Yeah, I'm going to give it to you and let you read it.
So quickly read it, no. We went to that underground where the water rose.
Yeah.
What if that's where they're importing and exporting?
You're talking about
The tunnels.
The
They're
tunnels.
animals.
Vindicated!
Listen, I've wanted to go in that tunnel since I fucking saw it.
But he's been louder.
Small enough ships could have gotten in there. I mean, at least to bring in a few barrels at a time, could have offloaded it when it got dry, waited for the water to rise again, left, and just created an alcove. We don't know how far those tunnels go throughout the expanse either. We don't know how far underground or how far back.
I guess we know what we're doing now.
Conversation.
Alright.
That's a great point. We're gonna divert back to why we're sitting at this. We're gonna divert back to the point why we're sitting at this table. That's great. That's
No,
great.
wait.
Fitting it.
Come hell or high water.
We need to discuss this now.
Say that again.
No.
So fucking off topic.
Pray, Sarah.
So immediately.
My God.
Hey, we need you to lock in here.
So I'm going to, after that comment, I'm going to take that as we're working together with this, and this is her working with us.
No. No, you're not.
You're not there.
We're taking that.
You're not there.
what else can we take right now, Aiden? Like this right here.
Here's the thing: we went from having someone who she trusts to having no one she trusts except for one person who's.
My guy, I went from being shut out and locked out to having a fucking toenail in the door. You let me have this.
You let me have this.
like I got the fucking door open.
You can get your toe in there, though. Push for toe.
I can, but this has got to be gentle. I can't just.
We have to put the point out that she can't do that again.
Yeah, she does have to understand though that we have to put the goal above everything else.
We can't just be happy that we got a little bit of progress, because there's been so many times where we've been trying to get the toenail in.
Okay, but didn't I just okay. We're stopping for a moment.
Stopping for toenails.
Stopping for a second. I just expressed to her in like so many words of English how important it is that we all work together for everybody. I don't know how much more clear of we need to all work towards the common goal I can be.
No, you're right. And to your point, we have done our line in the sand. We have laid out our point and our facts. We have done it. It might not be as direct as you wanted, but we did get our point across, which means the next time this goes south on us due to the actions of a single individual, we have this conversation to go back to be like, we did discuss this, and you again did this. I get it's instinctual, but we're done. We're done.
I sat there and I told her.
She did.
I said the words.
everything.
I cannot control what everybody else will do if you continue to behave like this. I made it clear that there were going to be consequences. I didn't say what those consequences were.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that's not for me to determine.
Also, if she straight up said, like, do this again, you're out, Ozra may just take that ultimatum and try to take me and leave.
Yeah, and I'm okay with her having, we're literally leaving enough rope for Ozra to hang herself. And if Ozra is smart, she won't hang herself. But if she hangs herself, we know what kind of a person she is. That's the point. If she would rather hang herself out to dry than be a part of the group, we've got that. But if she does move forward with the group part of this, then we've accomplished our goal and we don't need to revisit this again.
My worry, and it could just be me being anxious, because, yeah, Jerica, you said everything that you needed to say. My worry is we didn't get a concrete, I'll do that.
But why do you want one?
Because if enough time passes by at this table, can we guarantee that we won't do this rodeo again?
Possibly not, but the point of this whole conversation is to refer back to this conversation when this goes south as an exit for the character should this go south on us again. We have laid out the door and we built the door. The next moment is pushing out the door when things go wrong because of that particular decision when it matches what we've done here. The problem is you're expecting her to go, okay, I promise I'll never do that again.
No.
You're looking for a concrete answer though.
I'm looking for concrete understanding
but at
of
point,
what Sarin has said.
Again, you can't look for that. We have said our piece. You can't expect the person to understand it. You just can't. You can't. You have said what you came to say. If I don't understand what you came to say, that is not your problem. As much as you like to think it is, it isn't. You're going to be constantly trying to re-explain yourself to people throughout the rest of your life if you do that.
I don't want to have it happen again.
But if it does,
and then we go, maybe we just didn't try.
No. We all agree.
That's what I'm worried. I'm really worried about.
We all agree as a group right here, right now. We have tried.
We're all on the same page.
That's why we had the conversation prior to this.
Correct.
Can we make an agreement?
Yes.
To each other, right now, as players, that due to this conversation, nothing needs to be said further. But if it does happen again, we're not letting it continue.
Yes,
that's why I said,
all of this.
Like
she can't control.
I cannot control what anybody else does. So like if Azura does something and it pisses Thunnel off, and Thunnel wants to do something about it, Sarin's not going to stop Thunnel.
Gotcha.
if Azura does something and it pisses off Garion and he decides to take care of it for himself, or if Norhig gets pissed off, I'm not going to do a damn thing because I have sat here and I've told Azura I cannot control what they do.
I had a misunderstanding in those words.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Okay.
Okay. So we know.
Yep.
Here's the line. We have drawn it in the sand.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Do not pass.
Yes.
We don't know. We're not going to say exactly what's going to happen to you if you pass it, but it's not going to be within anyone's control.
No, it's a gray area. You step in that area, it's a gray area. You choose to accept the consequences of stepping into the gray area.
Gotcha. Okay.
And that might be as much as us just leaving you on the side of the road, or we might kill your character. Not character, but kill you as a person in the game.
Because that's me as a chaotic neutral character's answer.
Yeah, and it's a good answer.
Like, I could give a shit less at this point what happens to her when she pisses everybody else off. As long as it has nothing to do with me. I'm not getting hurt. It ain't got shit to do with me.
Aiden, I think Aiden was mad, and Aiden wanted to help Brimstone and
Something else you have to understand here. If she makes a solid effort and goes forward with this, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 game sessions from now does in fact make a mistake, you are going to have to understand that we have to keep in reason of the fact that she has in fact made effort and can't immediately be like, that's it, you cross the line!
Yeah.
Like, we have to be reasonable about this. If there's a valid effort that comes out of this, and then there's some backsliding that occurs in between there, that's kind of just the natural progress of people moving out of the state they're in.
Yes.
So we can't accept this to be, we understand that this line is a line. If you start making progress and moving back to that line,
you can move this line.
We'll give you some leeway back to that line again.
But if you don't move this line and you cross it.
Yes, I agree with you there. But if the character makes some valid points and efforts, we cannot be strict on that. We have to give the character the leeway to actually grow.
Yes.
Like if she's actually going out trying to do everything with us right.
Right, and then one time fucks off and kills the character because I go, he was a real threat, guys, and we go,
Yeah.
damn it, all right.
That's
but we're not going to be super angry about it.
exactly. That's exactly why Seren reacted
Correct.
to her this entire
Because
time.
we, all as players, will do that occasionally.
Yeah, like we have to sit here and like if we are asking her to work with us, we have to work with her.
Correct. So I'm okay if she makes, like I said, if efforts are made for it, I'm totally fine with with giving leeway.
Yeah, Rome
There's no
was not
reason
built
to
in a
be,
day.
yeah, there's no reason to be completely unflexible and rigid about this. But the line is there. So you're right. The very next session, it makes total sense. But if in the next month or so, I'm probably gonna be on her side. So
Yeah.
So on docket, well, maybe not the next month or so, because the next month is
you
full of,
understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah,
I meant in
like
game,
4
month
sessions.
in
Yeah.
game or
Alright,
so.
so
'Cause sometimes we only get a day or two.
The next session we have to
We have the register.
Register.
And then finally
Honestly, I don't think we should register. I think we should just go straight down.
I think we should.
I think we should just to be safe.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Because if
it's always a
something
good
happens,
idea.
We get
if
picked
something
up.
happens, we can be like, Matt, on a job, you know.
Yeah, we
we're
get picked
registered
up.
mercenaries.
Yeah, I don't want to
It's
be
gonna
picked up
make
like
sense
that.
that we're doing.
Or if
fucking
it's at
shit.
any point in time where these 2 and/or 3 have to use a spell,
Yeah.
and they're not registered.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm already
That's a
registered
problem.
with the Mages Guild,
But
but if I use
you
like
get
an
double
attack
points
spell,
off.
Yeah.
if I would choose like an attack spell.
Fuck!
Right.
We take jobs. We need security of the guild in relation
Can't
to
sleep, fucking do.
Yeah, so I think next game, I think Jasmine would have a conversation with Ozra to go off of the conversation you had.
Okay.
Just to be like, and also to tell her about fucking, apparently I have a goddess now, that's kind of cool.
Right. And y'all can girl
That
talk
is
over
nice.
that shit.
And if you want that to happen out of game too, and you want to just message about it, that's fine, and then we can give them a recap just to save time. But then I think going and registering with the mercenary guild, and then going fucking to those tunnels. Trying to figure out when high tide is, when low tide is, to be able to get down there as the tide's going down, and sit there and be able to monitor it and see when the tide is going down to the point that we can get down there to have the maximum amount of time down in those tunnels.
We also need to talk about Labor. We have to have that conversation.
I think the tunnels need to be first because they could lead us to Labor.
That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. We need to have a reason to see
But-
Lavor.
We should discuss the possibility in addition.
Agreed,
Bring
but
it up as a point congruent.
Yes.
yes, but we definitely should go there
Yes.
though.
Solid.
Alright.
So I got us. She was like, "What's up?"